Welcome to Pete Lean Field as we get set for the second game in the best 2 out of 3 series between the Post 320 Stars and Palace City Baseball out of Mitchell in the Senior Legion first round. I'm Tom Anderson with the call as the Stars look to advance to the state tournament for the second year in a row. Mitchell, who didn't play last year under the new guys of Palace City Baseball, trying to get back to the state tourney after their year off. I want to thank all of our sponsors for bringing you tonight's game as well as our Stars webcast throughout the year. Our webcast sponsors include Playmakers, Sports Cards, Memorabilia, and Gaming, located in the Uptown Rapid Mall in the J.C. Penney Wing. Mike's Auto Sales. Check them out online at Mike'sAutoSalesRC.com. Dakota Discount RV with 2 locations, one in Somerset and one in Rapid City on Mall Drive. Traders Market, they are in the Uptown Rapid Mall in the old Sears Wing. They're open Fridays and Saturdays 10 to 5, Sunday 10 to 4. Paisanos Paquia, 3618 Canyon Lake Drive. Dine in or carry out 341-6941. And Soundbites Vintage, your entertainment destination located in Traders Market. 320 game sponsors: McKee Ford, South Dakota Mines, Scoopy Cow, Shields, Tatco Construction, Water Tree Hot Tub Saunas and Water Treatment, Beersbach Equipment and Supplies, Strive Fitness, Denny Holt, Menholt Auto Group, American Family, Davis & Associates, Nick Davis Agent, Stuart Martin Remax Results Real Estate Team, and Complete HVAC, Anco Builders of Infrastructure and Communications. Thanks to all of those sponsors for their assistance. We'll talk more about the game last night and the results from earlier today in both the Junior and Senior Legion. So we return. This is the Soundbites Vintage pregame show on YouTube from Pete Lee. Soundbites Vintage is your entertainment destination in the Traders Market in the Uptown Rapid Mall. We have music on vinyl, CD and tape, movies on DVD, VHS, and even Laserdisc, stereo equipment, TVs, VCR, and DVD players. Into collecting, you'll find sports and gaming cards, Star Wars, Star Trek, and other collectible figures, along with Hot Wheels and die-cast. We also have video games, books, comics, Barbies, and lots more. Open Friday and Saturday 10 to 5, Sunday 10 to 4. At Mike's Auto Sales, you'll be dealing with the owner, Mike Kuhn. He's been in the business a long time and knows just how important you are. In fact, ask about the 3-month, 3,000-mile You Matter guarantee. Follow them on Facebook. Find the full inventory online at Mike'sAutoSalesRC.com. They're located at 308 East North Street or call 605-231-8890. Thanks so much to Mike's Auto Sales for supporting local sports and this webcast. Paisanos Pachias, pizza and more, tasty appetizers, homemade soups and salads, signature sandwiches, and don't miss the daily specials. If you haven't had Paisanos Pizza, you haven't had pizza. Dine in or carry out, call 605-341-6941 or visit Paisanos at 3618 Canyon Lake Drive. You can also follow along on Facebook. Thanks to Stacy and everyone at Paisanos for their support of Rapid City Sports and this webcast. Welcome back to the Mike's Auto Sales broadcast booth. Tom Anderson, this is Soundbites Vintage pregame show. Before we look at last night's game, this afternoon the Shooters and Sioux Falls West finished their game just before the rains came in. It was a wild one. The Shooters were up at one point 6-3, then they were 7-3, then 10-3. Sioux Falls West, being the home team in that game, came back and put up 4 runs in the bottom of the 5th inning to get back to within 3. Shooters extended the lead back to 5 at 12-7, and Sioux Falls West 7 runs in the 6th inning to take a 2-run lead. Went to the top of the 7th. The Shooters were the visiting team in game 2 of the best of 3. And with 2 outs, they were able, on the courtesy of a shortstop error from Sioux Falls West, able to score the 2 runs to tie it up. Just lost my picture here. Edric Knutson came in relief, held them in the bottom of the 7th inning, and the Shooters push a run across in the 8th on a sacrifice fly by Knutson after Caleb Wald led off with a walk, advanced to 2nd and 3rd on wild pitches, and Knutson with the game-winning sacrifice fly. He held Sioux Falls West to a 0 in the bottom of the 8th inning. A 15-14 win for the Shooters. They advance to the state tournament in Sioux Falls next week. Last night, the Stars take the first game of this best out of 3, 13-4. 7-run 2nd inning, a 3-run 3rd, and a 3-run 6th. Monstrous 3-run home run by Max Speed and another excellent outing by Burke Eschmeyer. Went 6 1/3, 7 hits, 4 runs, just one of those earned. Those 3 runs scored by Mitchell in the third, all unearned. Walked 4, struck out 6. Beck Leidy came in and pitched the last 2/3 of an inning as Eschmeyer ran out of pitches. Just shy of the complete game. We're going to take a break. We'll come back with the Traders Market starting lineups, and we'll take a look at those scores from around the Legion playoffs as we continue with the Soundbites Vintage pregame show here at Pete. Paisanos Pachias, pizza and more. Tasty appetizers, homemade soups and salads, signature sandwiches, and don't miss the daily specials. If you haven't had Paisanos Pizza, you haven't had pizza. Dine in or carry out, call 605-341-6941 or visit Paisanos at 3618 Canyon Lake Drive. You can also follow along on Facebook. Thanks to Stacy and everyone at Paisanos for their support of Rapid City Sports and this webcast. Dakota Discount RV is your local RV dealer. Big thanks to Kevin and the gang for their participation in these webcasts. It's summertime and they are ready with a fresh lineup for your camping adventures. Find Dakota Discount RV in Rapid City at 3330 Mall Drive and just off exit 48 on JB Road in Somerset. Sales, parts, and service, 605-388-8243 and their website with their full inventory at dakotadiscountrv.com. Traders Market is located in the Uptown Rapid Mall in the former Sears location in the East Wing. You'll find more than 4 dozen vendors with more offerings that can be listed. Custom crafts, furniture and toys, housewares, tools, collectibles of all kinds, plus music, movies, games. Don't forget jewelry, clothing, books, electronics, and more. If you can't find it at Traders Market, you may not find it. Big thanks to all the vendors for their support of this webcast. Open Friday and Saturday 10 to 5, Sunday 10 to 4. And we are back at Pete Lean Field as the managers break the meeting with the umpires at the plate. Let's take a look at the Traders Market starting lineups for the visiting Post 320 Stars. Their batting order will look like this. Noah Wald at shortstop leads off, followed by Aiden Bird, Tegan Sales. No big changes here. Sales at third base, first baseman Max Speed. Colton Milhoff in left field. The center fielder is Ben Hassett. Cooper Kimball at the DH spot. Colby Witt behind the plate, Adam Jansen at second base, and on the mound for game 2 of this set, Anders Lockhart. Defensively for Mitchell, they are running in left field with Caden Allen, the center fielder Ethan Haig, Jacob Ebert in right. Tyler Christensen will play third base tonight, Ian Weber at shortstop, Jackson Hartman, the second baseman, and Cannon Muller at first base. Behind the plate, Dawson Adams, he was there last night, and Carter McCormick. Thought he might have pitched the opening game against Eschmeyer last night. It would have been a battle of the players with the 2 best numbers. McCormick has had 5 starts on the year, 6 games total, 29 innings, given up just 13 hits, 10 runs, just 5 of those earned. Walked 20, so a little control problems as Mitchell has with several of their pitchers, but McCormick strikes out 44 batters in those 29 innings. So he's got some stuff out there. 4 hit batters, 1 wild pitch. Batting average, minuscule 134 batting average against a lefty for Palace City Baseball of Mitchell. A 121 ERA, a 114 whip. Very rarely do you see those whips down in the low 1 points. In Legion ball, most of them are averaging at least 1.5 all the way up into the 2s. For McCormick, 5-1 on the season. In those 6 games, he's had a decision in every appearance. So McCormick popping the glove down there of the catcher Dawson Adams as he gets warmed up. Let's take a quick look at the results from the Senior Legion first round of the playoffs. Rapid City Post 22 advances as the host team. Sioux Falls Post 15 swept Huron. They played 2 last night, so they are in. Yankton defeated Aberdeen last night and 8-1 today, so they advance. Brandon Valley advances with a 2-game sweep over Spearfish. Brookings and Sioux Falls Post 15 split. They are playing their 3rd game tonight at 6:30 Eastern Time. Pierre is upset by Watertown 2-0. And the first pitch by McCormick outside. Harrisburg and Renner Post 307 just underway in their game 2. Wald leading it off. Strokes it up the middle, base hit. McCormick kind of put his glove out there, but he wasn't anywhere close, and way too quickly through the infield for the shortstop to get there. So Wald gets things rolling here for post 320. Bird 3 of 4 last night, knocked in 4 runs. Bird still a timeout. Wald has his lead already at first. Little stare down with McCormick. The lefty glances, kicks, releases. Bird fouls it off the left side. It's 325 down the left field line here at Pete Lean. 350 to right, 370 to center, and the big part of the ballpark is in left center, 415. They play Bird straight away. He will go the opposite field. Average up to 453 again. It started to edge its way down in the low 400s. I'm not sure what happened to my numbers yesterday, but they were all skewed. I think we're back to being correct. 50 walks on the year for Bird. Slugging at 711 clip, 622 on base percentage. And he looks at that pitch high. 1-1. Wald at first base, moved into the leadoff spot when they played Mitchell a few weeks ago. 10 steals on the year. Has a good lead out to the cutout against the lefty. McCormick kicks and delivers. Bird takes the pitch down in the zone. 2-1. Bird, 48 RBI on the year, 9 doubles, 6 triples, 4 home runs, and he'll take that one low. 3-1. He's just been a walking machine the last couple of weeks. As the teams continue to pitch around, the guy hitting 450. And that'll be outside, ball 4, first and second, Tegan Sales. And right behind Bird is another 400 hitter. Tegan Sales hitting 403, slugging 575, 14 doubles, 4 triples, 3 home runs. Second on the team in RBI with 52. Struck out just 8 times in 181 at-bats. It's just amazing. First baseman playing in, as if he's expecting a bunt. Sales takes the pitch, the outside corner, strike 1. Only 10 bunts all year laid down on the sacrifice variety for post 320. First and second, nobody out against the man with the best numbers for McCormick, and Sales turns, puts the bunt down the left side of the infield, goes foul. I don't know that I've seen Sales attempt a bunt this year. So somebody's stealing some signs. Third baseman playing deep. Sales down in the count, 0-2. Play him shaded just slightly towards left field. And he wraps it foul down the third base coach's box, which Mike Jansen will toss it back into McCormick. Sales with that patented corkscrew stance, a little bit more closed against the lefty here. Off the handle, there's the 6, there's the 4, and nothing doing to first base. Sales quickly down the line. Bird with a good slide at second. So first and third on the 6-4 fielder's choice. Sales standing up first has nabbed 14 steals on the year, and max speed to the plate. They intentionally walked him after that mammoth home run last night. If there would have been rain clouds, he would have brought some rain down on his 2 flyouts last night. It took forever for them to come down in the glove of the fielder. First and third, Sales. See if he moves. He does not. Speed fouls it away to the right side, 0-1. The Mitchell staff has given up 91 stolen bases on the year. Speed reaches for an off-speed pitch outside. That has been his kryptonite, if you will. His outside pitches on the off-speed variety. So 0-2 to Speed. Sales goes. Speed swings. Fly ball right field. Ebert settles under it. Sales comes back. Bird will tag, and check that, Wald will tag. So sacrifice fly for Speed to right field. Brings in the first run of the game. Noah Wald, who started with a single, advanced to third after a walk and a ground out. Colton Milhoff will come up with 2 outs now. No. Tegan Sales still at first. He was on the move on that pitch to Speed. Has a good lead all the way to that infield cutout. Throw over by McCormick to the dive back. We had a rain delay. This game was supposed to start at 3. Rains came just after the Shooters wrapped up their game. They started with just the tarp. There goes Sales. Pitches on the outside part of the plate. Sales goes in standing up. For Tegan Sales, steal number 15 of the year. He is number 2 on the team. Milhoff now with the runner in scoring position. 333, average has dropped a little bit. 48 RBI among the team leaders. Fouls away that inside pitch. Sales standing at second with 2 outs. Base hit should bring him in. Left fielder, right fielder, center fielder, all playing very deep. Saw last night in the 2 Shooters games, the outfielders playing very shallow. That curveball misses. See how the ball carries. There's really not much of a breeze. Flag probably a little wet from the rain. Just starting to move a little bit now. That one just misses inside and low. 3-1 now to Milhoff. Milhoff with a .419 on base percentage. He's walked 22 times. Sales jumping around at second base, and McCormick comes off the mound. 3-1 count. Milhoff with 2 outs, looking to keep the top of the first inning going for the Stars. They lead at 1-0 on the Dakota Discount RV scoreboard. And he lifts a lazy fly ball. Left field. Sales rounds third. It'll be the shortstop to take it. Weber drifting out into short left. 1 run in. Our Playmakers inning recaps brought to you by Playmakers in the Uptown Mall. 1 run, a hit. No errors. A walk in there. Sacrifice fly brought in the run. Stolen base in the mix. And Sales left at second. We're back with the bottom of the first inning here from Pete Lee. Playmakers Sports Cars, Memorabilia, and Gaming is located in the Uptown Rapid Mall in the J.C. Penney wing. Brad, Justin, and the rest of the staff at Playmakers make collecting fun with a wide selection of sports and gaming, plus trade nights, gaming tournaments, and card shows. Follow on Facebook for all the latest inventory and events, and go online at playmakersllc.com. Thanks to Playmakers for supporting Rapid City Sports and this webcast. Dakota Discount RV is your local RV dealer. Big thanks to Kevin and the gang for their participation in these webcasts. It's summertime, and they are ready with a fresh lineup for your camping adventures. Find Dakota Discount RV in Rapid City at 3330 Mall Drive and just off exit 48 on JB Road in Somerset. Sales, parts, and service, 605-388-8243, and their website with their full inventory at dakotadiscountrv.com. Back in Mike's Auto Sales broadcast booth as we go to the bottom of the first inning. The Traders marked a batting order for Mitchell. Carter McCormick, the pitcher, leads off. Ethan Haig, the center fielder, hits second. Jackson Hartman in the 3-hole, playing second base. The left fielder, Caden Allen, in the cleanup spot. Cannon Muller at first base, followed by Ian Weber, Dawson Adams, and the number 8 hitter, Jacob Ebert, and Tyler Christensen. So no designated hitter in the lineup. Saw the Shooters In their first game with Colton Sales on the mound, they actually used their designated hitter for the left fielder. But no DH in the Mitchell lineup. Defensively for Post 320 will be Melhoff in left, Hassett in center, Bird in right. Tegan Sales and Wald on the left side, Adam Jansen and Max Speed on the right side, Colby Witt behind the plate, and Anders Lockhart getting the start here. Lockhart, number 2 pitcher in the rotation with 42 innings pitched, his 9th start, 12th appearance, 51 hits, surrendered 38 runs, 28 of those earned, 23 walks, 30 strikeouts. He's hit 15 batters. That is the only pitcher for 320 in double digits in that category. 6 wild pitches, an ERA of 4.67, a batting average against of 300, a whip of 176. McCormick will lead things off. He's hitting .336 on the season and 116 at bats. .494 on base percentage. He's drawn 33 walks on the season. That leads the Mitchell squad. 5 doubles. Scored 39 times, has 21 steals. From the left side of the plate, McCormick walked to start the game in Game 1 last night. Came around to score. And then went 0 for 3 with a strikeout. Fouls the first pitch off, and Lockhart up in the count. 0-1. McCormick, Haig, and Hartman. Breaking pitch outside, 1-1. Holds the glove high, the little step back, the classic 320 wind up. Little nubber, and Lockhart comes off the mound and makes the play. Good heads-up play by Lockhart because that was just behind the mound and not that high in the air. I don't know that any of the other 3 players were going to get to it. Lockhart with his speed might have been standing at first base, but Lockhart helps himself out with the defense. And Ethan Haig will step in, hitting .303. Open stance, legs a little closer together, and that hits him. Off the hand. Well, they're having a discussion up here in the Crow's Nest whether that hit the bat or it actually hit him. If it didn't hit him, he's putting on a pretty good act. Either way, he's at first base. So for Lockhart, the 16th hit batter of the season. Jackson Hartman will step in with a .300 batting average, 120 at bats, 5 doubles, 3 home runs, 19 driven in. Haig at first, 11 steals. He's been caught 5 times. And Witt has been throwing the ball well from behind the plate, and the 320 starting pitching staff all do a good job of holding the runners at first. A very short lead for Haig. Lockhart kicks and delivers. That is fouled down the third baseline. Lockhart ahead in the count. 1 gone. Got the little pop-up from McCormick. Lockhart came off the mound, made the play. Gave it back on the hit by pitch. And Hartman, a little bit of an open stance. He holds his feet very close together as well. A few inches inside the box. That ball is inside the box as well. 1-1. Hartman reached base twice last night on an error and a walk, struck out twice. Haig dancing over at first. Lockhart really not paying a lot of attention to it, focusing on the hitter. Drops one in, strike 2. 1-2, 1 out, bottom of the first. The Stars lead at 1-0 on the Dakota Discount RV scoreboard. A win sends them across the parking lot to the state tournament at Fitzgerald next week. A loss means the second game here tonight. That pitch misses way outside, 2-2. Ethan Haig, after getting hit by the pitch at first. Short lead. Lockhart turned to throw it to first, and then he didn't. So the balk sends Haig to second. We've only seen a couple of balk calls this year, and they have both come in games here in the playoffs. I don't think I saw one during the regular season in the games that I broadcast here. So Haig at second now. Lockhart induces the foul ball. Staying alive is Hartman. Stay at 2-2. Hartman with the 19 RBI. Doesn't seem like much, but that is fourth on the team. Just 191 runs knocked in for Mitchell. 361 knocked in by Post 320. And curveball just misses. The count goes full. As a team, Mitchell hits 276. Very top-heavy, though, with Allen, McCormick, Haig, and Weber all over 300. Then it really drops off from there. Down to 273, 266, then 227 and 206. Then they go under 200. The Stars definitely have the offensive edge here. Line shot under the glove of Jansen, and that's going to score Haig from second. Rounding first and heading to second is Hartman. The throw in, and Hartman slides in with a double. Jansen looked like he was going to get to it. It was a sharply hit line drive and skipped right under his glove into right field. Found the gap and rolled, allowing Hartman to go to second. An RBI double. He stands at second now. Haig scores, and we're tied at 1 apiece on the Dakota Discount RV scoreboard. Just to the right of Jansen. He's just had a hard time finding the right positioning. It seems if he plays up the middle, they hit it in the gap between first and second. If he's playing in that gap, it goes up the middle. Something he will get better at next year. Pitch misses down in the zone, 1-0. Caden Allen, the cleanup hitter, leads the Mitchell team in batting average at 367. It's 29 RBI. Also tops on the team, tied with Muller. Ball is striking it out now, 1-1. Bottom of the first inning. Stars scored their run on a sacrifice fly by Max Speed. After a leadoff single by Noah Wald, he came around to score. Jansen pulls the pitch outside, 2-1. Hartman at second base, just 5 steals on the season. Doesn't have a huge lead. Jansen shading over that way. Lockhart didn't even give him a look that time. Misses down in the strike zone again. 3-1. So Lockhart with a hit by pitch. He's walked 23 in his 42 innings. Just slightly more than one every couple of innings. Now he looks at the runner, kicks it and delivers. Fly ball center field. Hassett going deep, and he won't get to it. One hops the wall. Hartman will score from second, and stopping at second, back-to-back doubles for Mitchell. Caden Allen sends it deep to center field. That's 370 to the center field sign, and where he hit it, it's probably closer to 380 as it dips quickly to 415 in left center. So that kind of answered the question about how well the ball is going to carry here tonight. Muller, first baseman, wearing number 8, with Allen on second. Muller, 266 average, but 29 driven in, 10 doubles on the season. Stands in there with an open stance from the right side. And a 2-1 lead on the Dakota Discount RV scoreboard now for Palace City Baseball out of Mitchell. Muller knocked in the run in the first inning. Got aboard on an error, also on a walk, hit into a double play. 1 for 3 last night in game 1 of this best of 3. And that misses down and away. 2-0. Lockhart trying to find a rhythm out on the mound. Muller steps back in, up in the count 2-0, can look for a pitch to drive. Lockhart checks second again. Really nothing happening there. And this is outside. No, got the strike. 2-1. Lockhart, 2-1 delivery. High chopper, Wald will take it. Across to speed to first. 2 outs. Runner goes to third. They put the big tarp on the field after it rained for, I don't know, maybe 15, 20 minutes. So I thought it would be a little soggy, but that was like an artificial turf bounce. So the tarp did the job. Wald charged it, got it where he needed to, over to first base for the second out. Ian Weber, counterpart at shortstop. 304 hitter, wide open stance from the right side of the plate. Where's the hose high, the old 70s style. Weber's driven in 19 runs this year. Lockhart misses down in the zone. 2-0. Runner at third is Caden Allen. Drove in the second run of this inning. Back-to-back doubles by Hartman and Allen. Has Mitchell up 2-1 on the Dakota Discount RV scoreboard here in the bottom of the first inning. Missing, got the outside again. So we have a bit of a wide plate to the right-handers. 2-1. Second time I thought it was going to be ball 3. The hitters will have to adjust. Lockhart, the 2-1 delivery with 2 outs. And that one must have been low in the zone. That'll be ball 3. 3-1. Weber 1 for 4 last night with an RBI. Came off a base hit his second time up. Lockhart taking his time on the mound, now delivers, and foul ball puts the count at full, 3-2. Just 55 extra base hits for Mitchell on the season. They're slugging at just .332. By contrast, post .320 slugging average .502, 95 doubles, 26 triples, 23 home runs. So they have almost as many triples and home runs as Mitchell does total extra base hits. 50 doubles, 2 triples, 3 home runs. This one lifted in short center field. It will be Hassett coming up with the play, sliding as he and Wald were both contending for it. Hassett must have thought he had a little easier play on it and had to go to the turf at the last moment, but 2 runs in on a hit by pitch and back-to-back doubles, a 2-1 lead for Mitchell. So 2 runs on the 2 hits, no errors, 1 left standing. That inning recap brought to you by our friends. Traders Market is located in the Uptown Rapid Mall in the former Sears location in the East Wing. You'll find more than 4 dozen vendors with more offerings that can be listed. Custom crafts, furniture and toys, housewares, tools, collectibles of all kinds, plus music, movies, games. Don't forget jewelry, clothing, books, electronics, and more. If you can't find it at Traders Market, you may not find it. Big thanks to all the vendors for their support of this webcast. Open Friday and Saturday 10 to 5, Sunday 10 to 4. Soundbites Vintage is your entertainment destination in the Traders Market in the Uptown Rapid Mall. We have music on vinyl, CD and tape, movies on DVD, VHS, and even Laserdisc, stereo equipment, TVs, VCR, and DVD players. Into collecting, you'll find sports and gaming cards, Star Wars, Star Trek, and other collectible figures, along with Hot Wheels and die-cast. We also have video games, books, comics, Barbies, and lots more. Open Friday and Saturday 10 to 5, Sunday 10 to 4. Traders Market batting order for .320 as we come to the top of the second inning. Second game of 2 out of 3, so while the Stars are at home, they are the visiting team in the second game here. It will be Ben Hassett, Cooper Kimball, and Colby Witt. 6, 7, and 8 batters for Post 320.
Leading off in the Post 320 second. Center fielder.
On the hill, Carter McCormick for Mitchell. 5-1 on the year. 5 starts. This will be start number 6. He's had a decision in all 6 games that he's been involved with. Ben Hassett been blistering as of late, moved his average from 290 up to 338 now. And that ball right through the legs of the catcher. I think he caught the umpire on the shoe. The 1-0 the count. Hassett just made the fine play in center field to end the inning. That pitch inside, 2-0. McCormick, 20 walks in 29 innings, the one weakness. 44 strikeouts, just a 134 batting average against. So the free pass has hurt him. Gets a strike there, 2-1. Just a 1.21 ERA, though. Two and 1 delivery from the lefty, and Hassett lines it to the second baseman. Just kind of died in the air, one hopper. For a moment, I thought Hartman was going to have to go airborne to try and come up with it, and it just fell off the table.
Number 16, Cooper
Hassett
Kimball.
looked like he got that off the end of the bat. Cooper Kimball will step in. Kimball 17 hits in 52 at bats, just under a 333 average. I forgot to do the math on it, because I have to combine his numbers. They still have not combined them in Game Changer. They have him under number 20 and under number 16. That pitch is high. Cormick starts him off with a ball. Kimball, 1 of 3 last night. A couple of strikeouts sandwiched in between a walk and a single. Scored both times he was on base. And that pitch, well, it must have been a thread of a seam on the edge of the black. Looked like the catcher caught that in the opposite batter's box. 1-1. But that plate has been consistently wide against the right-handed hitters. Swing and a miss, 1-2. Again, the hitters have to adjust. As long as it stays consistent, that's all the hitters can ask for. 1-2 delivery from McCormick. And Kimball swings. That'll be strikeout number 1 of the game for McCormick.
Next batter, catcher.
And the average is
4, Colby Witt.
not quite 2 a game. 44 strikeouts, 29 innings, about 1.5 per inning. Colby Witt, he's also been on fire. His average now over 300, I believe, for the first time this year. Unless he, in the first couple of games of the year, had it over 300. When I started broadcasting a couple weeks into the season, his average was down in the low 200s. Now at 301. On-base percentage of .491. Drawn 12 walks. He's been hit by a pitch 20 times now on the season. He is the tough catcher, that's for sure. Pitch misses up in the zone. You know you got to be tough. He caught both ends of the doubleheaders against Sioux Falls last week. Game time temp was 99 or 97. I think it was 99 opening game, 90 for the second game that night. 90 in the morning, 97 for the second game, and Witt draws the walk. We'll see who they run out there as a courtesy runner.
Next batter, catcher.
That should be Eschmeyer. There will be.
Second baseman, number 14.
So Eschmeyer will do the duties. Eschmeyer has some wheels. 9 steals on the year. Yes, and a lot of those came as a courtesy runner for Witt. Adam Jansen, 337 at the bottom of the order. Up with 2 outs. Eschmeyer at first. See if they try and get something going here with 2 outs. Trailing 2-1 in the top of the second on the Dakota Discount RV scoreboard. Fly ball lifted to right. Coming in to make the play is Ebert. Relatively easy inning for McCormick. Gave up a walk, no runs, no hits. That walk left the board. Playmakers with our inning recap in the top of the second inning. We're back with more 320 playoff baseball from Pete Lean. At Mike's Auto Sales, you'll be dealing with the owner, Mike Kuhn. He's been in the business a long time and knows just how important you are. In fact, ask about the 3-month, 3,000-mile You Matter guarantee. Follow them on Facebook. Find the full inventory online at Mike'sAutoSalesRC.com. They're located at 308 East North Street or call 605-231-8890. Thanks so much to Mike's Auto Sales for supporting local sports and this webcast. Paisanos Pachia's Pizza and more. Tasty appetizers, homemade soups and salads, signature sandwiches, and don't miss the daily specials. If you haven't had Paisanos Pizza, you haven't had pizza. Dine in or carry out, call 605-341-6941 or visit Paisanos at 3618 Canyon Lake Drive. You can also follow along on Facebook. Thanks to Stacy and everyone at Paisanos for their support of Rapid City Sports and this webcast. Good turnout tonight here at Pete Lean Field. About half the crowd seems to be wearing yellow and black. So Mitchell, always supportive of their athletic teams, traveled well here to Rapid City for the playoff game against Post 320. 320 with the win last night. So they have the 1-0 edge, 13-4 behind the 9th win of the year from Burke Eschmeyer. Here in the bottom of the second inning, the Traders Market starting lineup will be the batting order for Mitchell in the bottom of the second. Dawson Adams, Jacob Ebert, and Tyler Christensen, the 7, 8, and 9 hitters. No designated hitter in the lineup tonight for Mitchell, as their starting pitcher, Carter McCormick, is also their leadoff hitter.
Catcher number 9, Dawson Adams.
So Adams in the contest last night, 2 for 3, a couple of singles and an RBI. Bounced her back to the pitcher's mound. 273 batting average after the game last night. 4 doubles out of his 27 hits on the season. Adams, a right-hander, wants to rearrange the dirt in the batter's box. Now he's ready to go. Slightly closed stance, back foot right on the back line of the box, which has already been erased here in the bottom of the second inning, and Lockhart starts him off with the ball inside. Adams, Ebert, Christensen for Mitchell. Sharply stroked between shortstop and third. Adams starts the second inning with a single. 2 runs in the first inning after an initial pop out to the pitcher by McCormick. Haig got hit by a pitch. A double by Hartman scored him. A double by Allen scored Hartman. Allen got stuck at third after a ground out to short, and then the fly ball to center field. Hassett just getting to that. Jacob Ebert, the right fielder, 177 batting average, 250 on base, 172 slugging. Does not have an extra base hit to his credit this year. Was 0 for 3 in the game last night. Very short lead at first for the courtesy runner. In for the catcher, Adams. Shot to the third baseman. Sales has to wait for Jansen to get there, and they got him! Even with the delay, an around the horn double play. Great play by Sales. Took his time, waited until Jansen got to the bag, and Jansen with a quick transfer this time. They turn 2. Erase the leadoff single for Adams, and Tyler Christensen, third baseman, 169 batting average, 424 on base. 15 walks. He's been hit by a pitch 11 times. First ball on that outside part of the plate, strike 1. Christensen, the starting pitcher last night, did not go to the plate. Lasted just an inning and a third. Gave up 5 hits, 7 runs. All of them earned. Walked 3. Did not get a strikeout. Now Christensen going to get a little pep talk from the coach at third base. Down in the count, 0-2. I'm guessing this is just a little something to throw Lockhart off the rhythm. Going up in the count 0-2. He's been behind in the count for most of the first inning and 2/3 here. The 0-2 pitch is up in the zone, 1-2. Not a bad 2-strike pitch, trying to get Christensen to chase one out of the zone. Christensen, a lot of weight on that back foot. Front foot almost pointed straight ahead and ring him up. Lockhart drops it in the inside corner, and that retires the side. Got a hit, no runs. That hit erased on the double play, 5-4-3. Excellent defensive inning for the 320 Stars to go to the top of the third. That inning recap brought to you by Playmakers. And on the Dakota Discount scoreboard, Mitchell still with a 2-1 lead as we go to the top of the third inning. Soundbites Vintage is your entertainment destination in the Traders Market in the Uptown Rapid Mall. We have music on vinyl, CD and tape, movies on DVD, VHS, and even Laserdisc, stereo equipment, TVs, VCR, and DVD players. Into collecting, you'll find sports and gaming cards, Star Wars, Star Trek, and other collectible figures, along with Hot Wheels and die-cast. We also have video games, books, comics, Barbies, and lots more. Open Friday and Saturday 10 to 5, Sunday 10 to 4. Playmakers Sports Cars, Memorabilia, and Gaming is located in the Uptown Rapid Mall in the J.C. Penney wing. Brad, Justin, and the rest of the staff at Playmakers make collecting fun with a wide selection of sports and gaming, plus trade nights, gaming tournaments, and card shows. Follow on Facebook for all the latest inventory and events, and go online at playmakersllc.com. Thanks to Playmakers for supporting Rapid City Sports and this webcast. Stars in the top of the third, the Traders Market batting order. It will be Wald, Bird, and Sales, the top three hitters in the order. Wald started the game with a single, came around to score on the sacrifice fly by Max Speed. And that is the only hit in the game so far for post 320. McCormick walked one last inning, but really had command of the inning. That breaking pitch just misses. McCormick a lefty, Wald hitting from the right side. And that pitch misses down in the zone, 2-0. Wald waits the 2-0 delivery. That one in the dirt and in the batter's box. Too far inside, 3-0. Wald's average has dipped just below 300 now at 299. There's that outside strike, 3-1. Wald takes the pitch high and trots down to first with the walk. Been on base twice now. Aiden Bird, who walked his first time up, was forced at second on the Teagan Sales ground ball to the shortstop. Bird. This late in the season, really hard to raise a batting average when you're hitting over 400 already. I think he was down in the 14s. Now he's back up to 453. Wald at first. Good lead. And McCormick misses high and tight. 1-0 to Bird. There was a stretch of games a couple of weeks ago where Bird, I think 4 or 5 straight games, only had one official at bat because of all the walks that he was drawing. And that one outside and high, 2-0. Bird at 453, followed by Sales at 403, and the home run leader, Max Speed, hitting 370. Tough top of the order to navigate. McCormick misses inside as Bird backs away. It's now 3-0. McCormick 20 walks in his 29 innings. Walked Bird in the first, walked Witt in the second, leads off with a walk to Wald here in the third. And that'll be strike one as Bird takes a look at it on the outside part of the plate. He'll step back in, ready to swing now. They play him deep and straight away. Throw to first. Wald back with the dive. Muller didn't even swing the tag down. On the move, Bird swings through. The throw off the line, and Wald slides in. Shortstop standing over him. And Wald slow to get up. He had the head first slide on the dive back to first when they tried to pick him off. You know, he shows the wear and tear on the front of those white pants of hitting the dirt twice. So Bird up there now with a full count. Swing through on the pitch as Wald was running. McCormick, the lefty to lefty Bird. Breaking pitch just missed. Bird with the eye, back-to-back walks to start the top of the third inning. Tegan Sales grounded to the shortstop, beat the throw to first. We have a mound visit here. Gives us a chance to take a look back at the state qualifiers so far on the Legion senior side. Rapid City Post 22 qualifies as the tournament host. Sioux Falls Post 15 West swept their games against Huron last night, so they're in. Yankton swept Aberdeen Smitties, won the game last night 10-0, 8-1 win this afternoon to move forward. Brandon Valley Post 131 shut out Spearfish last night 5-0, won the game today 11-2. Brookings and Sioux Falls 15 East. Brookings won the first game 8-2. Sioux Falls won game 2 7-2, so they are playing game 3 tonight. That game probably just getting underway. Watertown upsets Pierre. Watertown, the number 10 seed, Pierre, the number 7 seed, shut them out today 2-0 after a 5-4 win last night. So Watertown is in. Harrisburg and Renner. Game 2 got underway a little bit ago. Outside, ball 1. You got Wald at second, Bird at first. Back-to-back walks to lead off the top of the third inning. And Tegan Sales has opened up that stance a little bit more. A little more torque there, playing him in, and he fouls it off to the right side. Sales showed bunt. First time up. Ended up grounding out to the shortstop. Again, I don't think I've seen him bunt any times other than the first at bat here tonight. Playing him short. He puts the bunt down, drops it. That's going to roll foul. The baselines tend to slope foul here at Pete Lean. I've not seen too many balls roll down the line and stay fair. There was one in the 320 game earlier today, but that was a little bit more towards the infield grass. Once it hits the line, it is going to go foul almost every time here at Pete Lean Field. 1-2 now on Sales. Looking to make contact. Last time he was down with 2 strikes, grounded out to the shortstop. This one, fly ball, right field. Ebert makes the play, looks to second and first. He might have had a play at first base as Bird got a little far off the bag. So Sales with the fly out, 1 gone. Max Speed, sacrifice fly. Across the only run of the game for 320. That was in the first inning. Wald singled, moved to second on the walk. On the fielder's choice, moved to third, and Speed drove him in. Now runners at first and second. Speed moved his average back up after dropping down in the 330s. He was in the low 310s, went up to 380, down to 330, now in the 370 range, actually sitting right at 370. 788 slugging on the year, 16 doubles, 3 triples, 13 home runs after his master blaster last night. That breaking pitch just off the plate, 2-0. After that home run last night, they just waved Speed down to first on his next at-bat. First and second. Speed fouls that inside pitch into the dirt. 2-1. Speed 1 for 4 last night with a walk. Open stance, runner from second goes. Foul ball, right side. Muller circling and can't come up with the play. He drifted too far towards the fence and had to come back and try to make an over-the-shoulder catch. The second baseman was way late getting there. That really is a better play for the second baseman to make. Wald broke on the pitch. Bird was not running from first. Speed. With the count 2-2, steps back out of the box. McCormick stepped off the mound. Let the second baseman Hartman get back to position. He's going to play right behind second base. Holding Wald. Now he comes back over in position. Strike 3. Speed. They got him with the off-speed breaking pitch. He has struggled a bit with those breaking pitches, especially on the outside part of the plate. He gets caught looking. 2 gone. After the first 2 walked, McCormick has come back and get a fly ball to right from Sales, and the strikeout on Speed. Melhoff popped out to the shortstop in short left field his first time to the plate. Looking to make something happen with the Stars trailing 2-1 here in the top of the third. The throw to second. Wald adds a little bit more dirt and mud to his pants. Melhoff, .333 hitter. Driven in 48 on the year. Opportunity here. Pitch misses wide, 1-0. Right fielder playing with a shade towards center. Center fielder shading towards left, and the left fielder playing way deep for Melhoff. There's some room to dump a single out there or drive it in the gap, and he swings through the pitch, 1-1. Melhoff without a home run this year, but he's tattooed a few deep to left field. And Caden Allen respecting that. The 1-1 pitch with 2 outs. Wald started, then stopped. This fly ball to the center fielder, Haig. Comes over, takes it in left center. And after the 2 leadoff walks, they get stranded at first and second. Fly out to right, a called strike 3 on Speed, and a fly to center. No runs, no hits, no errors. And those 2 left aboard. So we go to the bottom of the third inning. That inning recap brought to you by Playmakers. They have Chrome Baseball. Was released yesterday, and apparently it's flying off the shelf. It looked like there was a 1-of-1 Ohtani autograph with, looked like game-used pieces on it as well. As whoever put the post up, there are 2.5 million reasons why to buy Topps Chrome Baseball. They have it in stock at Mike's Auto Sales. You'll be dealing with the owner, Mike Kuhn. He's been in the business a long time and knows just how important you are. In fact, ask about the 3-month, 3,000-mile You Matter guarantee. Follow them on Facebook. Find the full inventory online at Mike'sAutoSalesRC.com. They're located at 308 East North Street, or call 605-231-8890. Thanks so much to Mike's Auto Sales for supporting local sports and this webcast. Dakota Discount RV is your local RV dealer. Big thanks to Kevin and the gang for their participation in these webcasts. It's summertime and they are ready with a fresh lineup for your camping adventures. Find Dakota Discount RV in Rapid City at 3330 Mall Drive and just off exit 48 on JB Road in Somerset. Sales, parts, and service, 605-388-8243, and their website with their full inventory at DakotaDiscountRV.com. At Pete Lean Field, Tom Anderson in the Mike's Auto Sales broadcast booth. We go to the bottom of the third inning with Mitchell going back to the top of the order. It'll be McCormick, Haig, and Hartman, the Traders Market batting order for the Hallis City baseball team out of Mitchell. Black uniforms trimmed in gold. Black and gold, the traditional colors of Mitchell Colonels. See a lot of Colonels t-shirts out here, and the off-speed pitch swung on and missed. Stars unable to take advantage of those 2 leadoff walks. 4 walks in the game issued by McCormick. And they put up just one run. Swing and a miss on another off-speed pitch, 0-2. That's dangerous against a pitcher with the stuff that McCormick has. Again, just a 134 batting average against, a 121 ERA, 44 strikeouts in 29 innings. If he gets in a groove, he can ride that to the end of the game. And we might be looking at a game 3 here. The strikeout by Lockhart. Looks like he got him with 3 off-speed pitches on the inside part of the plate. So his second strikeout, second batter in a row he's fanned as he got Christensen to whiff at the end of the second inning. Haig got hit by a pitch, came around to score one of the 2 first-inning runs. Driven in by a double by Hartman. And a pitch up stairs, ball 1. Haig 303, 404 on base, 17 walks, 5 hit by pitch, now 6. That one goes behind him. Haig started to jump back and then lean forward, avoiding getting hit twice in the game. Lockhart now with 16 HBPs on the year. 2-0 count. Haig pops it up, left side. Sales and Witt take a look at it and goes out of play. 2-1.
Ladies, remember to watch out for foul balls. Heading on play at all times.
Hartman on deck. Both doubles driven deep. Lockhart, a little step back, the kick, the pitch, breaking ball pounded into the dirt, 2-2. Haig, 20 strikeouts on the year in his 122 at-bats, 17 walks, 6 doubles. His only extra base hits of the season. And a swing and a miss. Witt will throw down to speed at first, and back-to-back Ks to start the bottom of the 3rd inning for Lockhart. You might say the same thing about Lockhart. He struggled in that first inning with a hit by pitch, the back-to-back doubles. Gave up a leadoff single to start the last inning, but a 5-4-3 double play and a strikeout got him out. Now 2 Ks to start the top of the 3rd from the top of the order. Hartman, RBI double, came around to score on the double right behind him by Caden Allen. Both drove the ball deep. Ball 1 missing high and away. Hartman right at 300. 417 slugging with his 5 doubles, 3 home runs. Now 6 doubles on the year. And his coach down at third base doing the river dance to avoid getting hit by the ball. Three hits on the game for Mitchell, just 1 for the Stars. Bottom of the 3rd, Mitchell 2 runs in the 1st. The Stars 1 run in the top of the 1st inning. It's a 2-1 score on the Dakota Discount RV scoreboard. 1-1 delivery, and that is too far inside, 2-1. Hartman, the second baseman. Feet even. Waggles the bat. Low crouch. Ground ball up the middle. Wald can't get to it. Another base hit grounder up the middle. Just seen so many of those this year against the Stars. Again, if they squeeze the middle, they seem to find the hole between the bases. If they fan out, that goes up the middle. Just one of those things. 2 outs. Caden Allen with Hartman at first. Very short lead. Now he creeps off a little more. Breaking pitch. Out of the zone. 1 ball, no strikes. Hartman, 5 steals. 4 Mitchell players in double digits with steals. They have 89 on the year. 29 sacrifice bunts, so they play a little bit of small ball there. They don't get a lot of extra base hits, so they have to piece together runs. That pitch misses high and away, ball 2. So Lockhart looked like he had gotten locked in with 3 straight strikeouts. A single by Hartman up the middle. Now he's 2-0. The cleanup hitter, Caden Allen. Speed stands about 1.5 feet off the bag, holding most of the base runners. Hartman dancing, doesn't go anywhere, 3-0. Thought Witt was going to go out and have a short conversation with his body language, but just throws the ball back. Pound the glove, looking for a strike, 3-0. See if Allen has the green light, the cleanup hitter. Looks at the pitch, right down the middle, 3-1, taking all the way. Allen, the highest batting average on the team at .367, leads the team with 29 RBIs, 7 doubles, a triple. 3-1 delivery with 2 outs. High chopper, Wald will field it, step on the bag, and there it is. Another outstanding shortstop play by Noah Wald. Makes up for the fact he didn't get to that ball hit up the middle by Hartman. He races the runner at second. No runs, 1 hit, no errors. The bottom of the third recap brought to you by Playmakers. In addition to that Chrome baseball they also have a Magic tournament coming up. I want to mention before I forget on, well, I had it. Where'd it go? On August 2nd, it's been rescheduled. So go online to their Facebook page, get all the details on that and the other Magic tournament that will be coming up at the end of August into September. Paisanos Pachillas, pizza and more, tasty appetizers, homemade soups and salads, signature sandwiches, and don't miss the daily specials. If you haven't had Paisanos Pizza, you haven't had pizza. Dine in or carry out, call 605-341-6941 or visit Paisanos at 3618 Canyon Lake Drive. You can also follow along on Facebook. Thanks to Stacy and everyone at Paisanos for their support of Rapid City Sports and this webcast. Traders Market is located in the Uptown Rapid Mall in the former Sears location in the East Wing. You'll find more than 4 dozen vendors with more offerings that can be listed. Custom crafts, furniture and toys, housewares, tools, collectibles of all kinds, plus music, movies, games. Don't forget jewelry, clothing, books, electronics, and more. If you can't find it at Traders Market, you may not find it. Big thanks to all the vendors for their support of this webcast. Open Friday and Saturday 10 to 5, Sunday 10 to 4.
Leading off in a post 324, number 15, Ben Hassett.
We go to the top of the 4th inning for the Stars. Their Traders Market batting order will be Hassett, Kimball, and Witt. 2-1 lead for McCormick as he stands on the hill entering the top of the 4th inning. Hassett grounded out to the second baseman. Looked like it was going to be a line drive over the second baseman, just died. Looked like he must have hit it off the end of the bat. Hartman played it off the hop, threw him out at first. Pitch down in the dirt away, 1-1, or 2-0 rather. Hassett hitting .338 on base of .421, slugging at .444. That one up in his eyes, 3-0. 11 doubles, a couple of triples. Outstanding season in all facets for Hassett, and that pitch up over his head. Just kind of stood there at first. Ball went back to the fence. Finally told him to get moving down the line. Hassett with the walk.
Number 16,
his 18th of the year. Kimball in a bit of a funk right now. A couple of strikeouts last night. Struck out his first at bat here today. Hassett with some wheels at first, has 10 steals. One of 5 Stars in double digits with steals. They didn't run a lot in the first half of the season. They've been running a little bit more. Hassett back to the bag. McCormick's throw, quick over there. But Muller was 2 feet off the bag when he caught it. Kimball, the DH, waiting for the first pitch now from McCormick. Sees it go high and away, ball 1. Couple of stolen bases in the game so far for .320. Sales got 1, Wald got 1. And that's that outside strike that has been consistently called here tonight by the home plate umpire. 1-1. Not really seeing the hitters make the adjustment. They're just letting it go by. little bit of an unhittable pitch. Kimball squares, puts the bunt down. It'll go right back to McCormick. He has only played a first and just got him. Kimball thought he beat it out. Nicely placed bunt by Kimball. He is just edged at first base.
Number 4,
He gets a sacrifice as Hassett moves to second. Colby Witt walked his first time to the plate. Witt, 16 RBI on the year, 4 doubles and a home run. Has Hassett in scoring position, opportunity to tie the game up, trailing 2-1 here in the top of the 4th inning on the Dakota Discount RV scoreboard. And that ball gets by, and Hassett will go to third. So he moves to second on the sacrifice, moves to third on the wild pitch. And we saw this story play out in the game between the Shooters and Sioux Falls. Shooters scored 15 runs in the game. They had only 5 RBI. 10 runs scored off errors and wild pitches. It was a crazy, crazy game. Witt straight ahead to center. That will be deep enough. And coming in to score the tying run, Ben Hassett. Witt with the sacrifice fly to deep center field. So both runs for 320 come off sacrifice flies, a little small ball. Hassett walked, went to second on the sacrifice, advanced to third on the wild pitch. In the first inning, Wald singled, moved to second on a walk, moved to third on a fielder's choice after Sales stole second base. Speed lifted a fly to right. Lockhart, the number 9 hitter. That one looked like it was a little wider than normal. Strike one. So with the bases empty, 2 outs. Jansen, 337, flew out to right the first time up. Low crouch. Misses on the off-speed breaking pitch, 0-2. He's closed up his stance a little bit, now almost more straight ahead. He brings that front foot even with the back foot. He had been much more of an open stance, a little bit less of a corkscrew than what we see from Sales. But now more of a straight ahead stance, and they're 1-2. McCormick with the advantage. 2 outs, nobody on. Pitching out of the stretch. And a late swing by Jansen on what probably was ball 2. But they push a run across on another sacrifice fly and a walk. No hits, but they got the run. And they tied it up at 2-2 after 3.5 innings of play on the Dakota Discount RV scoreboard. Our inning recap brought to you by Playmakers. Dakota Discount RV is your local RV dealer. Big thanks to Kevin and the gang for their participation in these webcasts. It's summertime and they are ready with a fresh lineup for your camping adventures. Find Dakota Discount RV in Rapid City at 3330 Mall Drive and just off exit 48 on JB Road in Somerset. Sales, parts, and service, 605-388-8243, and their website with their full inventory at dakotadiscountrv.com. At Mike's Auto Sales, you'll be dealing with the owner, Mike Kuhn. He's been in the business a long time and knows just how important you are. In fact, ask about the 3-month, 3,000-mile You Matter guarantee. Follow them on Facebook. Find the full inventory online at mikesautosales.rc.com. They're located at 308 East North Street or call 605-231-8890. Thanks so much to Mike's Auto Sales for supporting local sports and this webcast. So Lockhart goes out for the bottom of the 4th inning. This is his 12th appearance on the year, his 9th start. He's pitched 42 innings. Other than Eschmeyer, nobody really goes deep into the game. So Lockhart entering the 4th inning of work here. Knotted up in a 2-2 battle with McCormick. Stars still trying to get a little bit of a handle on McCormick. Their only hit in the game, a leadoff single by Noah Wald. Otherwise, everything's been walks. They've had base runners. Not a clean inning yet for McCormick. Tied at 2 apiece entering the bottom of the 4th inning on the Dakota Discount RV scoreboard. It's Muller, Weber, and Adams, your Traders Market batting order here in the bottom of the 4th inning for Palace City Baseball out of Mitchell. Muller grounded out to Wald at shortstop his first time to the plate. .266 batting average coming into today's game. That pitch, strike one, as Lockhart gets ahead of the game here. 10 doubles on the year for Muller. No triples, no home runs. 13 steals for the big first baseman. And it'll be strike two. Muller kind of backs out of the box, shakes his head, looks at the umpire. Now he nods yes. Don't want to be on the bad side of the home plate umpire when you're on an 0-2 count. Open stance, and that breaking ball, ring him up. So Lockhart started the last inning with a couple of strikeouts, ended the second inning with a K, starts the fourth frame with a called strike on Muller. Weber ended the first inning with a fly ball to center field that Hassett had to come in charging in on at the last moment. That ball bounces in the dirt, 1-0. Catcher Dawson Adams on deck. Misses on the second pitch, 2-0. Weber, .304 batting average, 7 doubles and a triple on the season. Fouls that pitch away. That's a little bit of the adjustment the hitters may have started to make. That pitch look like it was going to be on that outside part of the plate. Late swing, fouled away by Weber. Count goes to 2-1 with one gone. Bottom of the fourth inning, tied at 2 apiece on the Dakota Discount RV scoreboard. Best 2 out of 3. The game won last night by the Stars. They can end it with a win here. Otherwise, we go to game 3 right after this one. 3-1 the count now. Lockhart just can't get locked in a groove. Got the strikeout. Now goes to 3-1. And that one hit deep to left field. Nobody's getting that one. One hops the wall. Milhoff finally tracks it down and gets it in quickly. Looked for a moment like he had bobbled it out there. Milhoff gets the ball in. Another double. That's the third double of the game. And they've gone deep in the hole on each of those. Kept from triples simply by the speed of the outfielders getting to the ball in the gap. So with one out, Weber stands at second with the double, where Weber is 8th double of the year. And Adams, who singled to lead off the second inning, got erased on that beautiful 5-4-3 double play initiated by Sales. Catcher from the right side stands up really straight, almost leaning backwards. Bounces the bat on his shoulder. Witt blocks it. That holds Weber at second. Adams, a .273 batting average, driven in 19 runs, 4 doubles out of his 27 hits and the 99 at-bats coming into the game. That base hit moved his average up 7 points to .280, 28 of 100. The 1-0 delivery from Lockhart. Takes a look at second, back to home, kicks in, right back to Lockhart. They've got the runner pegged, and they miss him at second. So on the fielder's choice, Adams will reach. Weber retreats safely to second. It looked like they had Weber dead to rights, and Lockhart hesitated just a little bit, and Weber hightailed it back to second. The late throw. And it's a first and second on the fielder's choice for Adams. Jacob Ebert, who hit into that 5-4-3 double play to the plate. Ebert, 177 on the season. 17 hits and 96 at-bats. 3 of those doubles, he's knocked in 9 runs. Holds the bat cocked high. Feet even. Off the plate from the right-handed batter's box. Breaking pitch. Looked pretty good, but dropped low. 1-0. It looked like Lockhart on the comeback was going to make a play at second. Weber committed right away to going back to second base. Pitch inside, moves the count to 2-0. We're going to have a visit to the mound. Let's take a look at the Junior Legion state qualifiers that we had entering this game. The Expos from Post 22 advanced with an 11-3 win over Huron after an 18-7 victory last night. Renner and Brookings got underway in Game 2. Renner with a 1-0 lead in that series. That game started at 5 o'clock Eastern, so they are a few innings into that game. The Shooters qualified. Looked like they were going to have to go to a third game, and we would have been in a mess schedule-wise if that would have happened because the rains came right at the end of their 15-14 eighth-inning win. So their game would have been postponed until where we started this game. We would have been deep into the night here or moved to tomorrow. Watertown advances, as does Harrisburg Gold. Brandon Valley Red, Sioux Falls East already in the junior side as the host team. Brandon Valley Black and Brookings Black. Their second game started at 5 o'clock, not Eastern time, Central time. 2-0 count now. Runners at first and second, just one out. Bottom of the fourth inning, tied at 2 apiece. And that is going to get through the hole as Sales was playing in, and then Melhoff mishandles the ball. I don't think it would have mattered. Looked like Weber was going to score. Sales is playing in, expecting a bunt. If he's at his normal spot, he probably comes up with the ball and at least gets the lead runner at third or goes to second, maybe starting another 5-4-3 double play. But instead, the base hit brings in a run, and the runners again at first and second with still just one out. Mitchell with the 3-1 or 3-2 lead rather here in the bottom of the fourth inning on the Dakota Discount RV scoreboard. Christensen struck out to end the second inning at the plate. Really wide open stance. With one out, they don't turn him to bunt. Hitting 169 on the season. Mitchell does bunt 29 sacrifices on the season to just 10 for Post 320 coming into this game. Kimball added that one to that number. And he will foul it off to the right side, 1-1. Christensen will step back in, waiting the 1-1 pitch with one out. Bottom of the fourth, Mitchell just taking the lead again at 3-2. Sales playing in on the grass at third. Christensen looks at a pitch down in the zone, 2-1. In and off the bag for Sales. Wald shading towards second. Trying to keep the runner Adams close there. Actually, it's courtesy runner for the catcher Adams. Looked out there and saw a much smaller body. Pitch inside, almost caught the thigh, back thigh of Christensen. And Lockhart struggling here after getting the initial strikeout, a double fielder's choice that put a runner at first and second. Ebert with the RBI single. Now down in the count to the number 9 hitter, 3-1. McCormick awaits on deck back at the top of the order. Lockhart peers in, throws to first, and Speed couldn't hold the ball. Looked like the ball and the runner arrived at the same time at Speed's glove, and the runner knocked the ball out. Lockhart showing the quick move. We've seen that from the Post 320 pitching staff throughout the season. They've given up just 56 stolen bases. That one misses. Oh! Looked like that missed wide. Even with the wide strike zone, it looked like it missed wide. Ring up strike two, though. Puts the count at full. One out. Let's see if Mitchell will start the runners with one out and a full count. Christensen at the plate. Just a 169 hitter. I'm guessing they don't move him. And he gets hit. So load him up. The pitch was inside, whether it's a hit batter or a walk. With 3 balls, he was going to first. So the second hit batter of the game by Lockhart. That moves his team leading number to 17. Not a number that you want to be leading the team in necessarily. Bases are jammed. We have no activity in the 320 bullpen, so if they make a pitching change, it'll be somebody out in the field. Now they will send. They've got their camouflage uniforms on, so I can't read the numbers. I have no idea who's going down there. Bases loaded for Lockhart. Just one out here in the bottom of the fourth. One run already in. Strike one to start off to McCormick. McCormick will pop out to the pitcher and a strikeout. Sitting .336 on the year. Driven in just 14 runs. 116 at bats. McCormick trying to help himself out. He's on the mound tonight. Giving up just one hit. Witt, what a great job of sliding over and keeping the ball in front of him. He's really improved behind the plate in blocking the pitches. At the beginning of the year, that was just a terrible, terrible problem for Post 322. The wild pitches and pass balls were just racking up. We don't see nearly as many get to the fence with runners on base now. McCormick with a count of 1-1, one out, bottom of the fourth, 3-2 lead for Mitchell. Lockhart breaking pitch just misses outside, 2-1. Might have been down in the zone as well. McCormick, a left-handed hitter, 0 for 2. Lockhart got him on strikeout his last time up. Misses outside. So the plate is not wide to the left-hander as it is to the right-hander here tonight. Again, the umpire's zone has been very consistent. The 3-1 delivery with the bases loaded, nowhere to put him, and Lockhart delivers a strike. Full count now with one out. Runners will not be running. Lockhart could use another strikeout here. And that is through the hole. Speed was playing in a little bit. Bounces by him, and that's going to score 2 runs on a little bouncer into right field. I didn't see how hard Bird charged the ball. The ball bounced right by Speed at first, and Jansen couldn't fill the hole. We've talked about those seeing eye singles haunting the Stars, and that one, which normally would have just driven in a run, but with 2 outs and the runners moving, McCormick with a 2 RBI single, and that moves it out to a 3-run inning and a 5-2 lead. Witt's going to go out and have a little discussion with Lockhart. That might be just a little bit of time to get the bullpen ready. Lockhart now 7 hits surrendered. And every time it looked like he got in a groove, something happened, and now we have the trainer coming out. So while they tend to that, we'll take a break and be back with more 320 playoff baseball from Pete Lean Field. Soundbites Vintage is your entertainment destination in the Traders Market in the Uptown Rapid Mall. We have music on vinyl, CD and tape, movies on DVD, VHS, and even Laserdisc, stereo equipment, TVs, VCR, and DVD players. Into collecting, you'll find sports and gaming cards, Star Wars, Star Trek, and other collectible figures, along with Hot Wheels and die-cast. We also have video games, books, comics, Barbies, and lots more. Open Friday and Saturday 10 to 5, Sunday 10 to 4. Paisanos Pachillas, pizza and more, tasty appetizers, homemade soups and salads, signature sandwiches, and don't miss the daily specials. If you haven't had Paisanos Pizza, you haven't had pizza. Dine in or carry out, call 605-341-6941 or visit Paisanos at 3618 Canyon Lake Drive. You can also follow along on Facebook. Thanks to Stacy and everyone at Paisanos for their support of Rapid City Sports and this webcast. Witt went out first, and then the trainer and then Coach Mike Jansen, the umpire, were out there. Whatever it was seems to be all right. And the off-speed pitch called strike one to Ethan Haig, the number 2 hitter. Hit by a pitch, scored a run, struck out in the 3rd inning. It was 3 straight strikeouts at that point by Lockhart. After striking out Muller on a called 3rd strike to start this inning, he's been downhill. swing. That'll roll foul. Witt flips it away as they had no play at first base. Runners will go back to first and second. So after that called strike on Muller, a double by Weber, Adams reaches on a fielder's choice as Lockhart couldn't get Weber in a rundown. He retreated to second base safely. Ebert with an RBI single. Christensen got hit by the pitch, and the two-RBI single by McCormick. Puts it a 5-2 lead for Mitchell here in the bottom of the fourth on the Dakota Discount RV scoreboard. Looking to try and tie things up here in the series and force the third game tonight. Good two-strike pitch from Lockhart, trying to tempt out of the zone for Haig. He holds off. It's 1-2. See if Lockhart tries to snap off one of his sharp breaking pitches. Takes a look at second. Another look at second. And delivers way outside. 2-2. For Lockhart, he's up to 79 pitches now. Normally should be somewhere in the upper 50s, lower 60s maybe, and that pitch inside almost got Haig again. Count goes full, 1 out. See if Mitchell starts the runners. Haig, a .303 hitter. A little better contact hitter than what they had when Christensen was up in the same situation a moment ago before he got hit by the pitch on what would have been ball 4 anyway. Lockhart catches the outside and strikes him out. The second called strikeout of the inning for Lockhart. And that was a big one. After getting up the double, the fielder's choice single hit by pitch and single. Finally gets a second out here in the bottom of the fourth inning with his team down by 3, 5-2. Jackson Hartman, a double and a single. 300 average coming in. He helped himself out, going 2 for 2 so far. Lockhart's pitch, fouled off to the left side. He's up in the count 0-1. Hartman drove in Haig in the first inning with the doubles, came around to score on Allen's follow-up double. The 0-1 pitch as Lockhart checks the runner at second, delivers. That is lofted into the shortstop's glove. It looked like he was going to carry into the outfield. We've had a couple of little line drives in the infield that I thought we were going to clear that ended up staying in the infield. So the little liner to the shortstop ends the inning, but 3 runs in the bottom of the fourth. They did that on 3 hits, a hit batter, and a fielder's choice play. That inning recap, 8 batters to the plate for Mitchell, brought to you by Playmakers in the Uptown Mall. Playmakers Sports Cars, Memorabilia, and Gaming is located in the Uptown Rapid Mall in the J.C. Penney Wing. Brad, Justin, and the rest of the staff at Playmakers make collecting fun with a wide selection of sports and gaming, plus trade nights, gaming tournaments, and card shows. Follow on Facebook for all the latest inventory and events, and go online at playmakersllc.com. Thanks to Playmakers for supporting Rapid City Sports and this webcast. Traders Market is located in the Uptown Rapid Mall in the former Sears location in the East Wing. You'll find more than 4 dozen vendors with more offerings that can be listed. Custom crafts, furniture and toys, housewares, tools, collectibles of all kinds, plus music, movies, games. Don't forget jewelry, clothing, books, electronics, and more. If you can't find it at Traders Market, you may not find it. Big thanks to all the vendors for their support of this webcast. Open Friday and Saturday 10 to 5, Sunday 10 to 4. So 3 runs on the bottom of the fourth inning have put the Mitchell Ball Club up by 3, 5-2. As we go to the top of the fifth inning, the Traders Market batting order will be the top of the order: Wald, Bird, and Sales. Both runs scored by Post 320 coming off sacrifice flies. Just 1 hit in the game. That was a leadoff single by Wald. But McCormick, as we enter the top of the fifth, is at 68 pitches. So he's just a little above the average if he was going to go the distance in the 105. That outside pitch called strike one. Wald, a single, scored, walk, and a stolen base. 1 for 1. In his third plate appearance, grounds it to the second baseman. Stays on the ground long enough for Hartman to range over and make the play.
Next batter, number 11, Aiden Bird.
And the bullpen activity has ceased for post 320. Aiden Bird will come in with 1 out. He's walked both of his plate appearances so far in the game, moving his team leading walk total to 52, which is now officially doubled the second most walks on the team. Speed and Wald with 26 apiece. That pitch missing inside, ball 1. Nobody aboard. We'll see if they do a better job of pitching to Bird, giving something in the strike zone. Missing down and away, 2-0. Like Bird has a force field around the plate, nothing enters the strike zone of Aiden Bird. This one is topped to the second baseman. Hartman bobbles it and lost it. Got the big hop off the turf, didn't get to it on the big hop, tried to play it off the short hop.
Next batter, number 3,
Knocked it in front of him. Looked like he still had a shot at it, but couldn't pick it up cleanly. For the moment, we'll score that an error. We'll check and see if they scored a base hit in Game Changers. The Bird on base for the third time. Sales shown bunt the first 2 times he was up. Reached on a fielder's choice, flew out to right, hitting defensively with 2 strikes on him. Screwed that cork in and calls a timeout. Does not get the timeout call, but the pitch misses high, 2-0. Wonder if that didn't throw McCormick off just a bit. Didn't follow through, left the pitch up in the zone. Sales drives it into left field, and on 1 hop, he will have a base hit as Allen fields the hop, gets it back into second, and Max Speed got called out on strikes his last time up, drove in the first run of the game with a sacrifice fly to right. So 0 for 1 on the game. Same situation Speed came up with last time. Runners at first and second. It was Wald and Bird at that point as they led off the third inning with back-to-back walks. 320 couldn't take advantage of it. That single, just the second hit of the game for the Stars. Speed takes a look at the first pitch high, ball 1. Bird and Sales, Speed Merchants, on base right now. First baseman creeping in. Swing and a miss on a fastball inside. Power on power there. McCormick wins the first battle. 1-1 with 1 out. McCormick reached back for a little extra. 44 strikeouts in the 29 innings he's pitched so far this year. The lefty kicks and delivers. Another fastball by Speed. 1-2. Speed shakes the hand. He's been seeing so much slow stuff. McCormick with the heat, the last 2 pitches. Up in the count now. A ball and 2 strikes. I think the catcher complaining the Speed's out of the batter's box. Speed steps back in. Little mind game going on there. Speed fouls that inside pitch off. Get another shot at it. Speed with just a monster blast over the left field fence last night, a 3-run home run. Flag laying on the pole. After the rain, the air is still here at Pete Lean Field. Speed looking to put a charge into it, trailing by 3, 5-2 here in the top of the 5th inning. Swing and a miss. Speed is down with the second strikeout of the game.
McCormick goes power on power. Next batter, number 2,
Colton Melhoff.
Melhoff.
A little pop up to the shortstop, a fly out to center field. He is 0 for 2. Melhoff last night 0 for 4, so a little bit of a slump here for Melhoff as of late. Pitch misses down and in, ball one. Melhoff's average has dropped down to 333. He was up in the 350s if I remember right, going into the series against Sioux Falls last week. Sales at first, Bird at second, McCormick spins, nobody there. Melhoff steps back in. He's into the first and the third innings with those flyouts, looking to keep this inning rolling. Trailing by 3, drives it left field, and Allen will see that drop in front of him. Then it bounces away. Quickly getting the ball back in, though. Sales will have to stop at third. Advancing on the error to second is Melhoff. So the RBI single goes to second on the mishandle out in the field by Allen.
Number 15, Ben Hassett.
So Melhoff breaks loose here and drives in 1 run. Sales didn't really watch him running. If he slowed up going into third thinking Allen was going to make the play. Normally not his style. Stands at third. Out of the stretch, McCormick. Third baseman way off the bag. Sales can get the lead. And the pitch catches the outside part of the plate. Ben Hassett takes strike 1. Hassett walked and scored the second run of the game in the last inning. Chance to plate another run here, trailing by 2, 5-3 now on the Dakota Discount RV scoreboard. The breaking pitch in. So Hassett, who has such a wicked curveball himself, gets a taste of his own medicine there. Goes down on the count 0-2. Hassett been swinging a good bat, though, as of late. Has moved his average from just under 300 to 338. 0 for 1 here with the walk. Fouls that one back to stay alive.
Please remember to watch out for foul balls. Hitting out play all times.
Melhoff with good speed at second. And base hit should score 2. Allen has moved in now after playing deep on Melhoff. Right fielder shaded towards right, center fielder pretty much straight away. Lifted into short center on the move and making the play, covering a lot of ground, was Haig. So Hassett flies out to end the inning. An unearned run comes across for post 320. They did that with a couple of hits and an error. And they leave 2 stranded at second and third in scoring position. A 5-3 lead now for Mitchell as we go to the bottom of the 5th inning. This is post 320 playoff baseball at Pete Lean. Paisanos Pachias, pizza and more. Tasty appetizers, homemade soups and salads, signature sandwiches, and don't miss the daily specials. If you haven't had Paisanos pizza, you haven't had pizza. Dine in or carry out, call 605-341-6941 or visit Paisanos at 3618 Canyon Lake Drive. You can also follow along on Facebook. Thanks to Stacy and everyone at Paisanos for their support of Rapid City Sports and this webcast. Soundbites Vintage is your entertainment destination in the Traders Market in the Uptown Rapid Mall. We have music on vinyl, CD and tape, movies on DVD, VHS, and even Laserdisc, stereo equipment, TVs, VCR, and DVD players. Into collecting, you'll find sports and gaming cards, Star Wars, Star Trek, and other collectible figures, along with Hot Wheels and die-cast. We also have video games, books, comics, Barbies, and lots more. Open Friday and Saturday 10 to 5, Sunday 10 to 4. At Pete Lean Field, Game 2 of the best-of-3 series. Mitchell down in the series 0-1 after losing 13-4 last night. Has a 5-3 lead going into the bottom of the 5th inning. Tom Anderson in the Mike's Auto Sales broadcast booth. Traders Market batting order here in the bottom of the 5th inning will be the number 4 hitter, Caden Allen, the only batter not to come to the plate in that 3-run 4th. Allen, Muller, and Weber. Allen with a double and a ground out to first base, his 2 at-bats. Drove in the second run of the game in that first inning. Slaps it to third. Sales gets a good hop. Fires it over Speed. Pulls him off the bag just a bit, but Speed, again, at 6'3" in the long arms, able to gather it in. There's one gone in the bottom of the 5th. Lockhart back on the mound. here in the bottom of the fifth inning. He is now at 83 pitches. At 105, you are done once you finish up the hitter you're facing. Saw Eschmeyer go out last night as he hit the pitch limit. Strike one as Muller again backs out of the batter's box, kind of shaking his head. Got called out on strikes his last time up, grounded out to short. First time 0 for 2. Breaking pitch in there for strike two. Lockhart. Again, he's been in and out of that groove, trying to find it here in the bottom of the fifth inning and staying in it. We got the initial strikeout last inning. Things kind of went to pieces. Witt, ball didn't get too far away, fires it down to Speed, who stands on the outside part of the bag, giving Witt a good target. Second strikeout on Muller. Ian Weber, who doubled after that Muller strikeout, almost got picked between second and third on a ground ball back to the pitcher, but he dives back to second safely, and that kept the inning going. Ebert with an RBI single, hit by pitch, and the 2 RBI single by McCormick, counting for the 3 runs last inning. 2 outs up on the board here in the bottom of the fifth. Weber steps back in. Overthrew it just a bit, misses outside. 2 balls, no strikes. Weber just over 300 at 304. Average will tick up just a bit with his 1 for 2 appearance so far here. Ball gets through Witt's glove. Nobody aboard, so no harm done. But 3-0 is the count. So we just talked about the fact that Lockhart needed to find a groove and stay in it. After the strikeout, he's gone 3 straight pitches out of the zone to Ian Weber. And he overthrows that when he goes to the fence. We'll see how short the leash is. Throw down to first by Witt. Speed with his sunglasses in his teeth. Not expecting the throw. Witt trying to catch Weber going down and maybe rounding first since the ball got by him. Dawson Adams singled, reached on that fielder's choice play. Came around to score last inning. 1 for 2. Breaking pitch in for strike one. Weber at first with just 3 steals on the season. Mitchell bunts a lot. They don't run necessarily a lot. They've got 4 guys that have racked up most of their steals. McCormick, number 1 at 21. Missing outside, and Weber straying far off the bag. Witt loves to rifle it down there. Speed with the sunglasses in his mouth again. Now he puts them back up on his face. Thought he's doing a little Steph Curry, and Witt throws it down off the mark. Trying to keep Weber close with 2 outs. Count even at 1-1 to Adams. Adams, 273 batting average from the right side of the plate, and that will be strike 2. So Deuces Wild up on the board. Might be the first time tonight. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. We had deuces all over the board in the Shooters game. We had a lot of things all over the board in the Shooters game. 15-14 win for the Shooters in 8 innings as miss outside. Count goes full. And now Weber going to be going on the pitch. This could be a good setup for Lockhart, who has an excellent move to first. Not a big lead and misses outside. So after getting the first 2 batters on a ground out and a strikeout, back-to-back walks now for Lockhart. And that's going to draw a visit from the coaching staff. That's going to draw a visit. Playmakers Sports Cars, Memorabilia, and Gaming is located in the Uptown Rapid Mall in the J.C. Penney wing. Brad, Justin, and the rest of the staff at Playmakers make collecting fun with a wide selection of sports and gaming, plus trade nights, gaming tournaments, and card shows. Follow on Facebook for all the latest inventory and events, and go online at playmakersllc.com Thanks to Playmakers for supporting Rapid City Sports and this webcast. So the visit a little bit longer now as the umpire starts to make the stroll. Get a little fist bump at the mound. Lockhart with runners at first and second, back-to-back walks. Hit a batter in the first inning. Gave up a leadoff single. He raced on a double play. Struck out a couple of batters to start the third. Gave up a single there. Struck out the first batter in the fourth. Another hit batter. These are the first 2 walks of the game surrendered by Lockhart. Jacob Ebert single and an RBI his last trip to the plate. Also came around to score a run. Breaking pitch in, strike 1. Ebert just 177 on the year. That RBI moves him to 10 on the season. Holds the bat high above his head. Lockhart spins, nobody there, chasing Weber back to the base. Courtesy runner at first for Adams. Weber standing at second. Lockhart out of the stretch. Kicks and delivers, misses outside. No, got the strike. Oh and 2 now. See if Lockhart can lock up the knees of Ebert with a breaking ball here. Catches him on the outside corner on the K call. No runs, no hits, no errors. 2 left aboard on the walks. Playmakers with your bottom of the 5th inning recap. Traders Market is located in the Uptown Rapid Mall in the former Sears location in the East Wing. You'll find more than 4 dozen vendors with more offerings that can be listed. Custom crafts, furniture and toys, housewares, tools, collectibles of all kinds, plus music, movies, games. Don't forget jewelry, clothing, books, electronics, and more. If you can't find it at Traders Market, you may not find it. Big thanks to all the vendors for their support of this webcast. Open Friday and Saturday 10 to 5, Sunday 10 to 4. Dakota Discount RV is your local RV dealer. Big thanks to Kevin and the gang for their participation in these webcasts. It's summertime and they are ready with a fresh lineup for your camping adventures. Find Dakota Discount RV in Rapid City at 3330 Mall Drive and just off exit 48 on JB Road in Somerset. Sales, parts, and service, 605-388-8243, and their website with their full inventory at dakotadiscountrv.com. At Mike's Auto Sales, you'll be dealing with the owner, Mike Kuhn. He's been in the business a long time and knows just how important you are. In fact, ask about the 3-month, 3,000-mile You Matter guarantee. Follow them on Facebook. Find the full inventory online at Mike'sAutoSalesRC.com. They're located at 308 East North Street or call 605-231-8890. Thanks so much to Mike's Auto Sales for supporting local sports and this webcast. Top of the 6th inning. Traders Market batting order for post 320. 7, 8, 9 hitters. Kimball, Witt, and Jansen. Cable bottom 3 of the order. Trailing by 2 on the Dakota Discount RV scoreboard now. 5-3. A run in the first for the Stars. They added 1 in the 4th, 1 in the 5th, but they've not got their offense untracked here against McCormick. Just 3 hits on the game. Nothing for extra bases, and that's where they thrive. Cooper Kimball, a strikeout and a beautiful sacrifice bunt his last time at the plate. Fouls this one back to the fence, 0-1. Going into the top of the 6th inning, McCormick at 87 pitches. He still has some leeway here. Kimball takes a look at that one down in the zone, 1-1. Looked like a pretty good pitch from McCormick. Misses low. Sky that one up. And that will be McCormick coming over, reaches back behind him. Kimball and McCormick almost a crash on the base paths. So pop out to the pitcher, McCormick. Colby Witt a walk, and a sacrifice fly. He drove in the second run of the game. 2 of the 3 runs via sacrifice fly. The third run came after a gift on an error on the second baseman, or I don't know if they scored that a hit officially. Did not look back in. We have it as an error up here. Witt takes pitch inside, ball 1. So should Mitchell hold on to this 5-3 lead over the next couple innings, we will play game 3 at the conclusion of this game. Probably give them 45 minutes to an hour, depending on what kind of weather's moving in. Right now we just have some thin clouds up in the sky. Lights are just coming on now at Pete Lean. The 2-0 delivery. Witt takes a look at strike 1, catches the inside part of the plate. Witt's average now over 300 at 301 coming into today's game. No official at bat, so that has not changed. Witt looks at another one on the inside part of the plate. 2-2. Witt thought both of those were balls, but he's coming back in with a 2-2 count rather than standing on first base, or a courtesy runner on first base. 1 gone, top of the 6th inning. Witt takes a close look at that one down in the dirt. Moves the count to full, 3-2, 1 out on the Dakota Discount RV scoreboard. I don't know if you've seen this all year. Number 4 at bat, 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out, 4-3-2-1. That might be Deuces Wild. I'm not sure what card game we're playing. So Witt stepping back to the plate, trying to get something rolling here with 1 out in the top of the 6th inning. McCormick delivers, Witt fouls it back. We'll do it again. Right at the end of the Shooters game, the rain came down. This game originally scheduled for a 3 o'clock start. Moved to 5:30. They had the big tarp on the field. Did a great job getting the field prepped very quickly. I didn't think we'd be started at 5:30, and we were ready to go. Full count delivery again, fouled away again. So Witt helping rack up some pitches on McCormick. He's at 96 now. He's done at 105, 1 out. They might chase him here in the 6th inning. Witt can just stay up there and foul away a few more pitches. Adam Jansen, the number 9 hitter, on deck. McCormick with the kick and the delivery. That pitch is high, and Witt does get to first base. Still not an official at bat for Colby Witt. His average still sitting at 301. And they will send Eschmeyer out to run for Witt. Adam Jansen, a fly to right and a strikeout, both ending the innings. Top of the 6th inning, there's nobody warming up for Mitchell down in the bullpen. So if they make a change, it will come from the field. Eschmeyer with the lead all the way to the cutout of the infield. McCormick, the lefty, takes a look. Jansen waggling the bat, turns to bunt. Eschmeyer on the move. Eschmeyer beats the throw. It goes into the outfield. Eschmeyer, look at the speed to third base by Eschmeyer. Pops up out of the slide. Very heads-up play by Eschmeyer as the ball got by the second baseman, I believe, was covering. So stolen base and an error allows Eschmeyer to get to third. And now Jansen at the plate. 5-3 the score on the Dakota Discount RV scoreboard. Stars down by a pair. Jansen will swing away, drives it to the second baseman who's playing deep. Eschmeyer will score, and it will be a 4-3 putout RBI for Jansen. So Eschmeyer comes in and makes things happen with his speed. Got the steal, moved to third on the bad throw, and scores on the ground out. So another small ball run for post 320. They're to within a run now. They trail at 5-4 on the Dakota Discount RV scoreboard. They go to the top of the order. Noah Wald looking to get their extra base machine in gear here in the top of the 6th, trailing by a run. Wald Takes a look at the first pitch. Called strike. 100 pitches now for McCormick. He may finish the inning. He will not be out for the 7th. Wald fouls that one back. If Wald can keep the inning alive, they'll have to go to a relief pitcher. 101 pitches now for McCormick. 2 out. Nobody on base. McCormick out of the stretch. Breaking ball misses down and away. 1 and 2 now. Wald, a single, a walk, and a ground out to second. Slaps it to the shortstop. Takes it on the big second hop. Fires over to first base. Solid play by Weber to retire the side. Another run scores for post 320, and they do it again without the benefit of a hit. Walk, stolen base, throwing error, and a ground out. So a run, no hits, 1 error, nobody left on base. It's a 5-4 lead for Mitchell going into the bottom of the 6th. That inning recap, as always, brought to you by Playmakers. They're in the Uptown Rapid. Traders Market is located in the Uptown Rapid Mall in the former Sears location in the East Wing. You'll find more than 4 dozen vendors with more offerings that can be listed. Custom crafts, furniture and toys, housewares, tools, collectibles of all kinds, plus music, movies, games. Don't forget jewelry, clothing, books, electronics, and more. If you can't find it at Traders Market, you may not find it. Big thanks to all the vendors for their support of this webcast. Open Friday and Saturday 10 to 5, Sunday 10 to 4. Paisanos Pachillas, pizza and more, tasty appetizers, homemade soups and salads, signature sandwiches, and don't miss the daily specials. If you haven't had Paisanos Pizza, you haven't had pizza. Dine in or carry out, call 605-341-6941 or visit Paisanos at 3618 Canyon Lake Drive. You can also follow along on Facebook. Thanks to Stacy and everyone at Paisanos for their support of Rapid City Sports and this webcast. Got caught fighting with my mic cord. Traders Market pitching change. Cole Jansen will come in. That closes the book for Anders Lockhart. Goes 5 innings, gives up 7 hits, 5 runs. I believe all those runs were earned. Only 2 walks came in the last inning. Had 7 strikeouts on the game. So he leaves trailing 5-4. Cole Jansen on the hill now for post 320. Jansen, this will be his 11th appearance. 3rd in relief, 28 1/3 innings pitched, 30 hits, 26 runs, just 14 of those earned. He's walked 16, so just a little over 1 every 2 innings. Struck out 22 in those 28 innings, 8 hit batters, a .261 batting average against, a .346 ERA, and a .162 whip. Record of 3-2 with a save on the season. Traders Market batting order here in the bottom of the 6th inning for Mitchell. Be the number 9 hitter Tyler Christensen. And then back to the top to McCormick and Haig. So 320 has clawed their way back to a 1-run deficit as we go to the bottom of the 6th inning. With a win, the Stars advance to the state tournament next week in Rapid City. With a loss, we do it again here tonight. Ernie Banks Day, play 2. Christensen takes first pitch from Jansen, strike 1. Jansen ahead in the count, 0-2 now. Last start for Jansen, he went just an inning and a third against Sioux Falls East. Second game of a doubleheader. Gave up a couple of unearned runs, but he walked 4. This one pounded foul, 0-2. If you can stay on top of the control, you'll be an effective pitcher. Opponent's hitting just .261. That is below the .276 team average, batting average against for post 320. Post 320 gives up .276. Mitchell hitting at .276. Ball rolls away from Witt, 1-2. Jansen trying to get the number 9 hitter Christensen to chase. Christensen holds off. He's 0 for 1, been hit by a pitch. Struck out to end the second inning. Two-hopper to Wald. Makes the throw across. Easy first out for Jansen. Wald getting a couple of good true hops off this turf. Seen some funny hops coming off this hard turf. Carter McCormick, the leadoff batter, knocked in 2 runs his last time up with a base hit. Pop out to first and a strikeout. 1 for 3. Breaking pitch in there for Jansen. Last night, McCormick 0 for 3. Led off the game with a walk, scored a run. On the season, hitting .336. 21 steals. He puts the bunt down. Jansen will field it, throw to first in time, and there's 2 out here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Jansen trying to hold the deficit at 1. He'll go to the top of the 7th with a new pitcher out there. I can't imagine they'll send McCormick out to throw 3 pitches to the first batter, but we'll see. They sent Eschmeyer out last night when he was near the end of his pitch count. 2 out. Jansen just misses with a breaking pitch to Haig. Haig got hit by a pitch, scored a run in the first, struck out his last 2 times. So 0 for 2 on the night. Jansen misses high and away, ball 2. We've seen this story. 2 quick outs, and then the pitchers fall out of that groove, lose a little concentration maybe. Jansen in relief of Lockhart, induces the pop-up. Jansen calls for it and makes the play. So we've seen 3 pop-outs to the pitcher in this game. That's something you don't see every day. And it's a clean inning for Jansen in relief. 3 up, 3 down. No runs, no hits, no errors through 6 innings. 4-3-0 and 5-7-1 the line scores. The Stars looking to get their offense on track here as we go to the top of the 7th inning. That recap brought to you by Playmakers in the Uptown Rapid Mall. At Mike's Auto Sales, you'll be dealing with the owner, Mike Kuhn. He's been in the business a long time and knows just how important you are. In fact, ask about the 3-month, 3,000-mile You Matter guarantee. Follow them on Facebook. Find the full inventory online at Mike'sAutoSalesRC.com. They're located at 308 East North Street or call 605-231-8890. Thanks so much to Mike's Auto Sales for supporting local sports and this webcast. Playmakers Sports Cars, Memorabilia, and Gaming is located in the Uptown Rapid Mall in the J.C. Penney Wing. Brad, Justin, and the rest of the staff at Playmakers make collecting fun with a wide selection of sports and gaming, plus trade nights, gaming tournaments, and card shows. Follow on Facebook for all the latest inventory and events, and go online at PlaymakersLLC.com. Thanks to Playmakers for supporting Rapid City Sports and this webcast. So 104 pitches for McCormick, and he will start the top of the 7th inning. He'll be able to pitch to 1 hitter. You're out at 105, but you can continue pitching to the hitter that you're facing. They needed to get 1 more pitch out of him in that last inning.
Number 11, Aiden Bird.
I don't remember what the count was to Wald when he grounded out. Had they known he was at 104, they could have just flashed the take sign. So Bird walk, and reached on an error. At least we have it as an error. Might be a base hit. We never really know until we see the box score, and I don't have time to check the box score right at the moment. Strike 1 to Bird. So McCormick against Bird, the lefty on lefty, and then we will have somebody coming in, the outfield playing deep, trying to prevent the extra base hit with a 1-run lead here in the top of the 7th inning. Trying to force a Game 3 tonight here at Pete Lean Field. Bird. That one just missed. 1-1. Looked like a pretty good pitch from McCormick. Bird 0 for 1 has been on base all 3 times. Scored his last time when he reached on that error. That pitch outside. 2-1. Bird has to have the mindset, swinging the bat though. Sometimes you get in this zone where you just walk, and it's hard to pull the trigger, and that pitch on the outside part of the plate. Strike two, 2-2. Plate hadn't really been wide to the left-handers until the last couple of innings, and now it's widened up as the right-handed outside part of the plate had. The 2-2 delivery from McCormick, and that one misses outside, 3-2. They're squeezing every ounce of pitch out of McCormick here. Came in at 104. He's gone to full count to Bird. Bird awaits the full count pitch. Slaps it to third base. Nice big hop for the third baseman. Not in time! And that big hop that made it much easier for Christensen to come up with the play also allowed Bird to fly down to first base and beat it out. So Bird singles against McCormick, and now we will have that pitching change. When we come back, we'll have your Traders Market lineup change for Mitchell. We'll do that in a couple of minutes here from Pete Lean Field. Soundbites Vintage is your entertainment destination in the Traders Market in the Uptown Rapid Mall. We have music on vinyl, CD and tape, movies on DVD, VHS, and even Laserdisc, stereo equipment, TVs, VCR, and DVD players. Into collecting, you'll find sports and gaming cards, Star Wars, Star Trek, and other collectible figures, along with Hot Wheels and die-cast. We also have video games, books, comics, Barbies, and lots more. Open Friday and Saturday 10 to 5, Sunday 10 to 4. Dakota Discount RV is your local RV dealer. Big thanks to Kevin and the gang for their participation in these webcasts. It's summertime and they are ready with a fresh lineup for your camping adventures. Find Dakota Discount RV in Rapid City at 3330 Mall Drive and just off exit 48 on JB Road in Somerset. Sales, parts, and service, 605-388-8243, and their website with their full inventory at dakotadiscountrv.com. At Mike's Auto Sales, you'll be dealing with the owner, Mike Kuhn. He's been in the business a long time and knows just how important you are. In fact, ask about the 3-month, 3,000-mile You Matter guarantee. Follow them on Facebook. Find the full inventory online at Mike'sAutoSalesRC.com. They're located at 308 East North Street or call 605-231-8890. Thanks so much to Mike's Auto Sales for supporting local sports and this webcast. Traders Market is located in the Uptown Rapid Mall in the former Sears location in the East Wing. You'll find more than 4 dozen vendors with more offerings that can be listed. Custom crafts, furniture and toys, housewares, tools, collectibles of all kinds, plus music, movies, games. Don't forget jewelry, clothing, books, electronics, and more. If you can't find it at Traders Market, you may not find it. Big thanks to all the vendors for their support of this webcast. Open Friday and Saturday 10 to 5, Sunday 10 to 4. Dakota Discount RV is your local RV dealer. Big thanks to Kevin and the gang for their participation in these webcasts. It's summertime and they are ready with a fresh lineup for your camping adventures. Find Dakota Discount RV in Rapid City at 3330 Mall Drive and just off exit 48 on JB Road in Somerset. Sales, parts, and service, 605-388-8243, and their website with their full inventory at dakotadiscountrv.com. So we have an outfield shuffle here, Traders Market pitching change. Ebert comes in from right field. McCormick goes to center. Haig moves to left. Allen moves to right. Runner at first, Bird. Big lead. Sales takes a look at the first pitch, ball 1. So Bird at first. Brought McCormick out specifically to pitch to Bird, and Bird answers with a base hit, beating out the infield single. Runner, or the third baseman, playing way in. Sales has shown bunt a couple of times here tonight. Not this time. He drives it deep to left field. Way back. It is out of here! Tegan Sales with the blast puts post 320 on the board with the lead at 6-5. We wondered how the ball was going to carry here tonight, and Sales answers that with an exclamation point. Smack Jack for Tegan Sales on the year. That is number 4. And that lights up this crowd. Mr. Sales, this is Mr. Ebert. Treat him right. He took them all, and Max Speed will step in. Now with a 6-5 lead for the Stars, top of the 7th inning. Speed looks at a pitch inside. Stars looking to close this out in 2. The pitch from Ebert. Overthrew it just a bit, left it outside. This is where you check your mental toughness if you're Ebert. You give up that 2-run home run. And now you got the big swing up there from Max Speed. He's put 2 of them in the dirt. Kind of shaking his head. His mind is still on that long ball from Sales at this point. Speed with an RBI on a sacrifice fly in the first, a couple of strikeouts. Looking to join the hit party here in the top of the 7th inning. Speed lifted that front foot. I don't know if I've ever seen him lift the front foot. He was ready to rip that one. The delivery from Ebert in the dirt. Speed with the walk. Colton Melhoff, RBI single his last time up. He's 1 for 3. That home run, the only extra base hit of the game for Post 320. They've played 49 games on the year, and they have a little over 150 extra base hits. They average 3 a game. Looking to move that average up here with Melhoff at the plate. That misses outside. Speed hustles back to first. Muller not expecting the throw. Puts his hands up. Like, what are you doing? Speed had gotten way beyond that infield cutout. And now we're going to have a discussion with Mr. Ebert on the mound. We'll hear from our player of the game sponsor, Paisanos Pachias, pizza and more. Tasty appetizers, homemade soups and salads, signature sandwiches, and don't miss the daily specials. If you haven't had Paisanos Pizza, you haven't had pizza. Dine in or carry out, call 605-341-6941 or visit Paisanos at 3618 Canyon Lake Drive. You can also follow along on Facebook. Thanks to Stacy and everyone at Paisanos for their support of Rapid City Sports and this webcast. They break up the chit-chat on the mound. Max Speed sitting at first base. He leads the team in steals. He has been running rampant on the bases since the midway point of the season. Nobody out. Speed with a big lead. Pitch lifted in the air down the left field line. Foul territory, and that will be just outside the fence. Christensen trying to keep an eye on the fence, keep an eye on that tarp that was rolled out earlier. Rain started just after the Shooters come from behind after they gave away the lead. In 8 innings, they win at 15-14 to advance to the state tournament next week in Sioux Falls for the Junior Legion. Had to roll the big tarp out there eventually. Game time here moved from 3 to 5:30, and Melhoff swings through strike 2. Ebert, after the initial single by Bird, McCormick leaves with the pitch count. A big blast by Sales, a walk to Speed, and Melhoff gets rung up. They still have not really made an adjustment to that outside pitch being called a strike. I don't think I've seen a single Stars hitter take a swing at that outside pitch. Saw McCormick wave at one of them. I think it was McCormick, might have been Weber. So the strikeout, the first out of the inning. Speed maintaining that big lead at first. Hassett hitting from the left side. They throw to Speed. He was leaning the wrong way. They got him. They caught Speed leaning to second. And a quick move over. 1-3 caught stealing for Max Speed. So 2 outs now and the base is empty. That lead just sitting at 1. An insurance run would have been huge. But Speed's taken off the base paths. I don't know if he was going, but he was certainly leaning that way, and Ebert with a quick move over. Caught him on the lean. Muller applies the tag. Hassett set the pitch way outside. That pitch just off the mark. Hassett 0 for 2, walked, scored a run. Ground out to second, fly out to center. Hassett pounds it into the ground to the right side, 2-1. Giving a lot of room in the outfield for Hassett if he can drill a line drive. They're playing him to pull to right field. The center fielder playing over towards left. There's just a gaping hole out there. You drive a fleet of trucks through that, and Hassett sends it in the air, short right field, and drifting back, making the play on the trot was Hartman. Made it look easy. But 2 runs across on the 2-run jack by Tegan Sales after the leadoff single by Bird. 2 runs on the 2 hits. No errors, 1 left standing. We go to the bottom of the 7th inning. That recap brought to you by Playmakers. And on the Dakota Discount RV scoreboard, the Stars up by 1 over Palace City Baseball of Mitchell by a score of 6-5. Playmakers Sports Cars, Memorabilia, and Gaming is located in the Uptown Rapid Mall in the J.C. Penney Wing. Brad, Justin, and the rest of the staff at Playmakers make collecting fun with a wide selection of sports and gaming, plus trade nights, gaming tournaments, and card shows. Follow on Facebook for all the latest inventory and events, and go online at playmakersllc.com. Thanks to Playmakers for supporting Rapid City Sports and this webcast. Soundbites Vintage is your entertainment destination in the Traders Market in the Uptown Rapid Mall. We have music on vinyl, CD and tape, movies on DVD, VHS, and even Laserdisc, stereo equipment, TVs, VCR, and DVD players. Into collecting, you'll find sports and gaming cards, Star Wars, Star Trek, and other collectible figures, along with Hot Wheels and die-cast. They also have video games, books, comics, Barbies, and lots more. Open Friday and Saturday 10 to 5, Sunday 10 to 4. Tom Anderson back in the Mike's Auto Sales broadcast booth. The Stars looking to close out the best of 3 series. They won last night 13-4. The 2-run home run by Tegan Sales lit up the crowd and put the Stars up on the Dakota Discount RV scoreboard by a score now of 6-5. And after a very effective inning of relief from Cole Jansen, they bring in the closer, Ben Hassett. Hassett, 5 saves on the year, 5 wins to go along with a couple of losses. Just 1 start. This will be his 18th appearance of the season. 30 1/3 innings pitched, 29 hits, 11 earned runs, 20 runs total, 22 walks. He struck out 52 batters in those 30 innings with that wicked curveball. 244 batting average against a 254 ERA, a 168 whip. So Ben Hassett gets the ball and the call here in the bottom of the 7th inning to hold on to this 1-run lead and send the Stars to the state tournament for the 2nd year in a row. That state tournament here in Rapid City. So if you've been watching and listening throughout the year and they hold on to win here, if they don't, they still have an opportunity in Game 3. But if they do make it to the state tournament, make it a point to get out and watch these young men play. They play an exciting brand of baseball. Post 22 automatically qualified for the state tournament because they are the host team. Also in on the senior side of things, Yankton, Brandon Valley, Sioux Falls, Post 15 West, and Watertown. Still waiting for the Brookings Sioux Falls Post 15. They went to a 3rd game. Harrisburg and Renner also not decided yet. There's a breaking pitch. Strike 1. Hartman, Allen, and Muller, the Traders Market batting lineup here in the bottom of the 7th inning, and that's 2 quick strikes on the number 3 hitter. Hartman doubled, singled, lined out to shortstop. Swings through. Hassett starts it off with a K. He has 53 strikeouts now on the year in 30 2/3 innings. He is number 2 on the team in Ks behind the 68 from Burke Eschmeyer. Eschmeyer, when he left last night with a big lead, did not need his tag team partner, Hassett. They brought in a different group of relievers who did a good job. It was Beck Leidy and Hassett finding the groove early. First pitch strike. Leidy came in and pitched the last 2/3 of an inning last night. Gave up a walk, otherwise nothing. Chop foul, 0-2. So Hassett tried to make quick work here of the cleanup hitter, Caden Allen. Drove in the second run of the game with a double back in the first inning. Ground out to the first baseman and a ground out to the third baseman. He is 1 for 3. This one is lined to right. That will bounce in for a base hit. So the defensive lineup now for post 320. Bird is in right. They move Eschmeyer to center. That was the only change. Melhoff stays in left. But Allen reaches out, slaps a single to right field, and he's on base with the tying run. Cannon Muller, ground out to short, strikeout and strikeout. Hassett takes a look at first and delivers. Breaking ball, high chopper. They shuffle it to second just in time. Wald had to wait for the ball to come down. Good hustle on the run by the big guy Allen. He just gets tossed. Jansen hangs on to the ball as Allen came in hot. And that's 2 outs. Muller now at first base. 13 steals on the year. And Ian Weber, fly out to center, double, scored a run, and walked, got hung up at second. One of just 2 walks in the game surrendered by the starter, Anders Lockhart, in his last inning of work in the 5th. So 2 out. Hassett facing Weber with Muller at first base. Weber, 7 doubles on the year with a triple, no home runs. Driven in 19, that pitch inside. Weber backs away quickly. He's been hit by a pitch 9 times, so not foreign to that idea. Might have stood in there to take one for the team, but out of the way, Hassett 1-0 to Weber. Breaking pitch, strike 1. We talked about that curveball. It is just so difficult for these hitters to latch onto, especially if they only see Hassett 1 time. You can watch that curveball from the side and try and time it, but when you get up there and it takes such a sharp break, it's not a big bender like you see from a lot of these guys. That one to the first baseman, speed with the tag and the win. Post 320 will go to the state tournament. A come-from-behind win, 6-5 on the Dakota Discount scoreboard. Our final here in Game 2 and post 320. A 13-4 win last night. Mitchell, give them credit. They came out scrapping here today. They had a 2-1 lead. They were up after the score was tied at 2-2, 5-2. 320 claws their way back into it. We'll come back with the Soundbites Vintage post-game show and wrap up the game here from Pete Lean Field. Soundbites Vintage is your entertainment destination in the Traders Market in the Uptown Rapid Mall. We have music on vinyl, CD and tape, movies on DVD, VHS, and even Laserdisc, stereo equipment, TVs, VCR, and DVD players. Into collecting, you'll find sports and gaming cards, Star Wars, Star Trek, and other collectible figures, along with Hot Wheels and die-cast. We also have video games, books, comics, Barbies, and lots more. Open Friday and Saturday 10 to 5, Sunday 10 to 4. At Mike's Auto Sales, you'll be dealing with the owner, Mike Kuhn. He's been in the business a long time and knows just how important you are. In fact, ask about the 3-month, 3,000-mile You Matter guarantee. Follow them on Facebook. Find the full inventory online at Mike'sAutoSalesRC.com. They're located at 308 East North Street or call 605-231-8890. Thanks so much to Mike's Auto Sales for supporting local sports and this webcast. Playmakers Sports Cars, Memorabilia, and Gaming is located in the Uptown Rapid Mall in the J.C. Penney Wing. Brad, Justin, and the rest of the staff at Playmakers make collecting fun with a wide selection of sports and gaming, plus trade nights, gaming tournaments, and card shows. Follow on Facebook for all the latest inventory and events, and go online at PlaymakersLLC.com. Thanks to Playmakers for supporting Rapid City Sports and this webcast. Back to the Mike's Auto Sales broadcast booth as the Stars fans celebrate the 6-5 win. Said Mitchell was up 2-1 after the first inning. 3:20 tied it. They're playing small ball. A couple of sacrifice flies brought in their runs. 3 runs in the bottom of the 4th inning for Mitchell against the starter Anders Lockhart. Got a strikeout to start the inning, then a double. Fielder's choice put runners at first and second as Weber dives back ahead of the throw as they try and get him in a rundown between second and third. An RBI single by Ebert, a hit by pitch by Christensen. Then McCormick drives in 2 with a base hit.
This is the PA announcer, Josh Gilbert, signing off for the night.
A run added in the top of the 5th inning by 3:20. They add another run to come to within 1 in the top of the 6th inning. Cole Jansen comes in relief in the bottom of the 6th inning. Comes through with a 1-2-3 inning, the only clean inning of the game for the 3:20 pitching staff. They leave the starter McCormick in, who is just 1 pitch shy of his 105 to pitch to Bird, the lefty on lefty, and Bird lines a single, or rather beat out an infield single just ahead of the throw on the high chopper. He's at first base. They bring in Ebert, and he is greeted by a monster blast from Tegan Sales to left field. A 2-run home run puts 3:20 up, 6-5. And Ben Hassett, the ace reliever, comes in and picks up the save. That is save number 6 now on the year for Hassett. Cole Jansen picks up the win in relief. His record moves to 4-2. And it'll be post 3:20 going to the state tournament next week here in Rapid City. When we come back, we'll take a look at the other games. I don't know if we'll get a chance to get the scores from the games that we didn't have yet, but we'll tell you who is in as of this point. We'll do that as we continue with the Soundbites Vintage post-game show in a celebratory Pete Lean Field after the Stars pick up the come-from-behind. Paisanos Pachillas, pizza and more. Tasty appetizers, homemade soups and salads, signature sandwiches, and don't miss the daily specials. If you haven't had Paisanos Pizza, you haven't had pizza. Dine in or carry out, call 605-341-6941 or visit Paisanos at 3618 Canyon Lake Drive. You can also follow along on Facebook. Thanks to Stacy and everyone at Paisanos for their support of Rapid City Sports and this webcast. Dakota Discount RV is your local RV dealer. Big thanks to Kevin and the gang for their participation in these webcasts. It's summertime and they are ready with a fresh lineup for your camping adventures. Find Dakota Discount RV in Rapid City at 3330 Mall Drive and just off exit 48 on JB Road in Somerset. Sales, parts, and service, 605-388-8243, and their website with their full inventory at dakotadiscountrv.com. Traders Market is located in the Uptown Rapid Mall in the former Sears location in the East Wing. You'll find more than 4 dozen vendors with more offerings that can be listed. Custom crafts, furniture and toys, housewares, tools, collectibles of all kinds, plus music, movies, games. Don't forget jewelry, clothing, books, electronics, and more. If you can't find it at Traders Market, you may not find it. Big thanks to all the vendors for their support of this webcast. Open Friday and Saturday 10 to 5, Sunday 10 to 4. We are back at Pete Lean Field in Mike's Auto Sales broadcast booth. Paisanos has been sponsoring our player of the game all season long. Boy, I've had some head scratchers here the last several games, but no question the player of the game tonight, sponsored by Paisanos Pachilla, is Tegan Sales with the game-winning home run. Sales 2 for 4 at the bat tonight. 1 run scored, and most importantly, those 2 RBI. Noah Wald goes 1 for 3, scored a run. Aiden Bird 1 of 2 with an important single to lead off the top of the 7th inning. He scored a couple of runs in the game, walked twice, was aboard with an error, so on base all 4 times. Sales 2 for 4 with the run and the 2 RBIs with the big monster blast home run. Speed knocked in a run with the sacrifice fly in the first. Walk and a couple of strikeouts, 0 for 2 on the night. Colton Melhoff, RBI single, goes 1 for 4, 0 for 3 for Ben Hassett, but he scores when he got aboard on a walk. Cooper Kimball, 0 for 2, but a beautiful sacrifice bunt that moved Hassett to second base. And then a wild pitch moved him to third. Colby Witt, his 1 RBI came on a sacrifice fly in that inning. He walked twice, and Eschmeyer came around to score. that big run in the fourth inning to get them to within 1. Anders Lockhart goes 5 innings, gives up 7 hits, 5 runs, all earned, 2 walks, 7 strikeouts. Just never really found his groove tonight. Was hot at times and then just kind of lost it. Cole Jansen comes in, picks up the win with a perfect inning of relief, and Ben Hassett wraps it up with an inning and gives up 1 hit, got a strikeout, no walks. He picks up the save. So our player of the game, sponsored by Paisanos Paquia, is Tegan Sales. So that wraps up the season here. They'll move across the parking lot to play at the state tournament at Fitzgerald Stadium next week. I don't know that we'll be bringing any of those games on the webcast. I have not talked to Dr. Ryan or anybody else about that. I don't know what kind of facilities they might have for us over there. But if not, it's been a fantastic season covering Post 320 baseball. I want to thank our webcast sponsors for their participation to make all this possible. Playmaker Sports Cards, Memorabilia, and Gaming, located in the Uptown Rapid Mall in the J.C. Penney Wing. Follow them on Facebook for all the latest inventory and events, as well as online at playmakersllc.com. Mike's Auto Sales, located at 308 East North Street, or you can reach them at 231-8890. They're the home of the 3-month, 3,000-mile You Matter guarantee. Follow them on Facebook and find the full inventory online at mikesautosales.rc.com. Dakota Discount RV, your local RV dealer with 2 locations, 3330 Mall Drive, right across from Sicky's and Bass Pro Shop, and they're off exit 48 in Somerset on JB Road. Call for sales, parts, or service, 605-388-8243. They're also online at dakotadiscountrv.com. Traders Market, located in the Uptown Rapid Mall with more than 4 dozen vendors. If you can't find it at Traders Market, you may not find it. They're open on the weekends, Friday and Saturday 10 to 5. Sunday, 10 to 4, Paisanos Paquia, just down the road here from Pete Lean Field, 3618 Canyon Lake Drive. Dine in or carry out, call them at 341-6941. Ask them about their punch card program, if they still have that running. So there a couple of weeks ago, and they were out of the punch cards. Hopefully they're back in business there. And if you haven't had Paisanos Pizza, you truly have not had pizza. And Sound Bites Vintage, near and dear to my heart. That is my store in Traders Market. We're your entertainment destination. Discover a better way to buy your music, movies, collectibles, stereo equipment, and more. We're open those same weekend hours, Friday and Saturday 10 to 5, Sunday 10 to 4. Webcast sponsors for 320, also for the Rapid City War Eagles, so we appreciate their sponsorship of both of our webcasts this year. Post 320, their game sponsors, Beersbach Equipment and Supplies, Strive Fitness, Denny Menhold Auto Group, Shields, Tatco Construction, Water Tree Hot Tub Saunas and Water Treatment, McKee Ford, South Dakota Mines, Scoopy Cow, American Family, Davis & Associates, Nick Davis Agent, Stuart Martin Remax Results Real Estate Team, Complete HVAC, and Anco Builders of Infrastructure and Communications. The teams that we know are in the Senior Legion right now, Post 22, they're the host team. They automatically qualified. Sioux Falls Post 15 West moves into the state tournament. Yankton, Brandon Valley, Watertown, and now Rapid City Post 320. Harrisburg, their second game, they defeated Renner in the first game. That game was probably done, but we didn't have a chance to check for a final there. And a third game was needed in Brookings Sioux Falls East after Sioux Falls East won their game 7-2 this afternoon, so we don't have a final on the third game there. On the junior side of things, the Expos from Rapid City Post 22 are in. The Shooters qualified with the 15-14 win in 8 innings. Watertown moves on to the state tournament, as does Harrisburg Gold. And Brandon Valley Red, Sioux Falls East automatically qualified as the host team for the Junior Legion state tournament coming up next week. So again, the final here, Post 320, with the 6-5 win. They move to 34-13-3 on the season, while Palace City Baseball out of Mitchell ends their season at 20-23. Great day of baseball here at Pete Lean Field, despite the rain, moving things back. Both thrilling come-from-behind victories for Post 320. 15-14 and 8 innings for the Shooters. They move on to the state tournament, and Post 320 on the big 2-run bomb from Tegan Sales win at 6-5. This is Tom Anderson thanking you all throughout the season for watching and listening to Post 320 baseball from Pete Lean Field here on YouTube.